Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there?
Good morning, Vapors TV. This is the Wake and Vape morning show on Coast to Coast Vapors. How are we all doing this morning? How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How about you?
Real good, real good. Welcome to the show, guys. I know we're running a little late. I also was I'm dropping a bunch of packets this morning. I don't know. It says I've dropped 20 already since I've been on air. I don't know.
Weird.
Whoa. What's that all about? Got some mad doggies. And he's out of here. Must be someone home, either someone knocking on the door or he's got something going on. So, welcome to the show, everyone. I am Wake Up Dead. That is my other host of the show, Vape Crazy. He went to go check on his dogs, I believe. So, I'm having issues with packets being dropped, but I can't figure out if I'm coming through choppy or if it's what it is. So I'm going to play a little bit of music here in the background. If it gets choppy on you guys, let me know. I might have to restart XSplit. Good morning, Duquesne. How are you this morning? Dogface Vapor. I don't know if he's truly here. I bet he's sleeping. Mrs. Wake Up Dead isn't here this morning. Good. You have a good day at work? Good morning, Miss Hill Vapin. Mrs. Hill Vapin. Mr. Shill Vapin. Could be any of them. I don't know. Could be Mrs. Hill. It could be Mr. Shill. Yeah, I'll go with since the name is Pink, I was gonna say Mrs. Hill. Well, good morning to you. This is the Wake and Vape Morning Show on Coast Coast Vapors, where we don't do anything really. We talk. What's up, man?
I gotta run real quick. I gotta run her to the office. She couldn't find parking, so I gotta run her. Give me about 10 minutes. I'll be right back.
No problem, bro. No problem.
All right, buddy. I'll be back.
All right. That's all right. We'll just hang out and listen to some mellow music. Only confusion on my part, believe me. Other people are not going to be as confused as I am. I run around this world being very confused sometimes, so that's my stupidity there. Not the way it's written, believe me. What's up, Wicked One? So, let's see here. My show host, Vape Crazy, will be back in a little bit. So, anyhow, I want to tell you guys about this new juice called Demon Juice. It's pretty good stuff. You should try it. And everybody that's in here probably has, since you're from the chat room. Please visit coastcoastvapors.com for all your vaping needs. It's also a way to get into our big Coast Coast Vapors chat room and to check out our deal page and to find any links to our sponsors. You haven't tried it yet? And you can't tell me that Big Sexy hasn't let you try some of Duquesne's juice. Really? Is that what you're saying, Wicked One? Sorry, Mr. No Name. I know the commercials suck, but they do help pay for Vaughn Live, I guess. Yeah, I can. I didn't realize it was so loud. Your wish is my command. Is that better? I did. I just need to know if that's better or not. No problem. From my, sometimes it's hard to judge what's going out on the air. I've got bars that show me how things are playing, but like my output right now is showing barely 1 bar. But on your guys' end, you're saying it's loud, so it's just one of those things. Once again, this is the Wake Up Vape morning show here on Coast Coast Vapors, where we don't do much of anything but hang out, talk, and I'll play some music occasionally. Vape Crazy had to run his wife, I believe, to her job real quick. And he will be back. And then hence the conversation will start. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit. I'm dropping packets on my XSplit. Does it sound choppy? Is the sound choppy or? Yeah, kiss my ass, Decane. You knew damn well when you asked that question that I don't have my God mod in hand. Ass. Yeah, and I tracked it this morning, and I think he might have gotten it in a little late to the post office, so it didn't go out until this morning. So it's actually not going to get here till Thursday. But because of a kind person from our chat room, I received yesterday in the mail a ZNA clone 50-watt device. It's a badass little piece, I'll tell you that much. And thank you, dear. It's been a hell of a vape, and it's actually going to be my backup device. I was really contemplating what device I was going to buy as a backup device to my God. And now that that one of my kind, well, I'm going to say my friend from the chat room because I consider her that now. She sent this to me because she has several devices she doesn't use, and this is one of them. And I got to be honest with you, I'm blown away by it. Yes, I was thinking about a Sigellian 100 watt. In fact, I said if you bought a God mod, I'd maybe trade you some juice and some cash for your Sigellian 100 watt. But we will have to see. Yes, and the only thing is I did have 18500 batteries, which was good. But I have been vaping on them also, and they don't last very long because, like, the E-Fest are 15 amp, and they're 1000 mAh. And then I've got IMR, these are red IMRs, and they are, I think these are 12 watt or 12 amp, and these are 1100 mAh. So it's like an Ego battery, basically putting 30 watts through an Ego battery. So I'm kind of hesitant about using them. So I did have a tube from one of my mechanical mods that actually threaded on to the ZNA. So I was able to use the my 18650s. So I'm very, very happy. I bet you are, man. And I told your brother last night, Wicked One, that if he builds a higher ohm coil, I know that he's used to building the coils for mechanical mods, but if he builds a higher ohm coil, like a 1.2, 1.3, 4, that you'd be able to pump like 30 watts through the damn thing, 30, 40 watts, and get a better vape than you'd get if he tried to wrap a, because I think what he put on there initially was a 0.2 or something. Yeah, this was given to me by a fellow vapor, so I can't complain about what it came with. It came with the 18500 tube, and I was more than happy with that. In fact, I went ahead and I looked them up, and they're on Fast Tech. I can get a 18650 tube for $5. So I went ahead and ordered one. Now I know they might take 15 freaking days to get here, but to be honest with you, I looked at a lot of like American sites, all the websites I usually go to, and I can't find them. I can't find just where they sell an 18650 tube, and I'm not gonna buy a real Zen. I mean, I think they're $30-50 for a real Genesis tube, and I don't even know if it'll even thread onto the clone. So. I'll tell you, to be honest with you, me doing my DIY juice, and I don't spend money on juice. I spend money buying, when I need nicotine, I buy nicotine. When I need BG, I buy BG. When I need flavoring, I buy flavoring. But in all, the amount that I'm paying for that, and then how long that's lasting me compared to buying juice, that frees up a lot of money than to buy other things. I can't say I would have much of anything if I had to buy juice all this time. Now, I've been DIYing since day one, practically, out of necessity, because I had issues finding juice that I could even vape. But, you know, to each his own. I would say that anything you do to keep you off cigarettes is a good thing. And just like you said, I'm glad that you think that Sigelli 100 watts is going to keep you off cigarettes now. I hope it does too, sir. I would say that anything, you know, you're going to save money by DIYing, but at the same time, if you enjoy the juices that are out there, the different varieties, a particular brand, you know, you might not get that quality or that flavor out of DIYing. See, that's just it. If you move to DIY, you might be frustrated, because if you like a lot of different juices and companies, you like their juice, you like buying from them, you know, it's one of those things where you really kind of, you got to do what, I mean, if you really enjoy those juices, then DIY might not be for you. I'm just saying. I asked because I'm either going to be making a $200 DIY order or a God mod. Okay, well, let me say something. The God mod is by far one of the best mods that I think that are out of the market. There are a few flaws, don't get me wrong, but the ability of the chip and the way it's designed, the internals, is just amazing. Other than that, I don't know why you think you have to make a $200 DIY order to just start out DIY. That would be my next question. Oh, sorry, Big Sexy. I hope you don't have a kidney stone. You know, you can have back pain and have upset stomach throwing up from kidney stones. I don't know. If you have like groin pain shooting down your leg also, then you might want to get to the hospital. Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand starting out, but you don't have to. Okay, when I first started out DIY, I didn't know what I was doing, of course, but I had bought a 50-50 mix of PGVG as a base. I bought it at a nicotine level that I was vaping, so I bought a 12 milligram 50-50 mix of base, and then all I did was go and buy a couple very simple flavorings, like 13 milliliter bottles for like $2, $2, $3, $5. Flavors I thought I would like, kept it very simple, and made juice. I didn't really start spending like $200 on juice orders or DIY supplies until I really was heavily, I mean, I'm buying gallons and gallons of VG. I mean, I buy 2 gallons of VG at a pop now. I buy anywhere from 4 to 8 4-ounce bottles of flavoring when I make a purchase. Yeah, 30 milliliters a day. That's about average for a dripper, especially, you know, if you're like me and you chain vape at your desk or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I understand the quality. You say, you know, that seems like a lot, but really, I can make a 500 milliliter batch of my juice for under $10 actual cost. And 500 milliliters was it lasts me quite a while. But then to initially get that, to buy a 500 milliliter bottle of VG, so buy a half liter of VG on Amazon or something, you're looking at maybe what, $8, $10. And you buy, you know, what I'm saying is you don't necessarily have to go out and spend $200 to start DIY. Don't think that you do. especially starting out. You could start very simple. Especially if you're dripping, all you need is VG, nicotine. Get a nicotine and a VG base. Get like 120 milliliters. Get it like maybe a 36 milligram. And then cut, that way you can cut it down to what you want. Even if you're doing nicotine. Yeah, Wizard Labs is a great place to buy. They got great nicotine, number one. I swear by their nicotine. Now, depending on what quantity you are buying of VG, you can find your VG in cheaper places than Wizard Labs. But if you're just going to buy a little bit, it doesn't matter. They have great deals on their like syringes and things like that. But again, when you just start out, you don't really need to have all that stuff.
Boo.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
Did you get the old lady off to work all right and everything?
Yeah.
So I got a question. When you showed me that other God mod last night, have you already mounted that 22 millimeter on there?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, I just kind of set it in there.
Okay.
I already got it pulled apart. That's
Okay.
why. So just to fuck with you, I took the 22 millimeter one and
That
just
doesn't
dropped.
look bad at all.
No, it actually doesn't. It actually doesn't look too bad. I think the 28 millimeter is much nicer though.
Yeah.
Especially I put the RDA on there that I got with the Dynast, and that shit looks so fucking dope.
Yep.
I gotta build this so that the Dynast can use it. I mean, it just looks so nice on there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm gonna do with my Tobe, 30 millimeter, and I went ahead and ordered a Chuff Enough that fits the 29 millimeter top cap, because this Tobe doesn't reduce like the other ones.
Right.
So I've got a Durlin Chuff Enough coming that's 29 millimeter to fit on this, and then like you said, it'll look flush with the Veritube and the Godmod now. So
Yeah, look at that. I mean,
yeah, dude, that's just you can't get any better than that, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it looks so fucking sweet on there.
Yeah, it's
It
perfect.
looks like it's perfect.
It's meant to be.
I mean, there's like honestly, there's like a half a millimeter overlap all the way around. It just looks like the Veritube is a part of the RDA. It just looks like it's a part of the design.
Yeah.
It just looks so sweet on there.
Awesome, dude. I can't wait to get mine back. It says Thursday on the tracking. But
Yeah, that pisses me off, man. I think it's gonna be there Wednesday though, because I got it there in time that it should have gone out. Last night it should have shipped to the processing facility.
Okay.
Or did you look recently to see where it's at?
Yeah, this morning. You know, when I had sent it down to you, it initially said, what did it say? It said Wednesday, and then it said it was going to be Friday. But then they went ahead and delivered it Wednesday, because it was in the mailbox on Turkey Day, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So it had been there Wednesday, and they had said it was coming Friday. So yeah, they fucked that up too. So maybe they are going to fuck this up.
Yeah, I think maybe what they're doing is they're adding an extra day to accommodate for holiday mass.
Okay.
It's gotta be what they're doing. Yeah, I was just gonna look up the tracking right now and see what was going on.
Yeah, it still says Thursday, but that's all right. See, it does say priority 2 day though. So why does it even bother saying 2 day? Oh well, it don't matter. Whatever. It don't matter. I'm very content right now. I gotta say, I never thought these ZNAs were this. I mean, I just never imagined them. You don't think about it, but how small they are. I'm just impressed.
How's it lasting you?
That's enough. I mean, I'm going through batteries like crazy, but
Oh yeah, see, it did. It made it to Opelika, which is the processing facility. It made it there last night at 10 o'clock p.m.
yeah.
So I have no doubt it'll be there to you on Wednesday. It processed as it should have. Because I was looking last night, I looked at like 2 o'clock this morning, and it still showed acceptance. So I was like, "Fuck, man!" But it made it to the processing center at 10 o'clock p.m. It's already out the door. It's already out the door and en route to you, I'm sure.
Yeah, as long as it gets to my place by, I think 8 a.m. tomorrow, I'll get it.
Yeah, I think you'll get it on Wednesday. I think they're just adding a day in there to accommodate, said the... Uh-oh. Let's see what's going on here today. Who we got in chat? Oh, Miss Beaver is here. Good morning, Very Hot. And John, always good to see you, John. Mr. No Name. And Miss Hill Vaping. Miss Ellen. The lovely Miss Ellen. Vaping Holly. And Wiki Dunn. What's up, guys? And then we got Big Sexy Kane, Smurfy, myself, and Wake. Lord, I have a busy day ahead of me today. I hate when I have to go into the office. It just throws a wrench in all my plans.
Sorry, dude.
No worries.
I don't usually get visitors.
Saying good morning to everyone.
The neighbor guy went to the Sam's Club and bought too much shit. He doesn't have enough room to put all his shit in his freezer. And so he's got extra chickens and shit he wants me to have. He's like, well, I just figured I'd let you have them if you wanted them. I just bought too much shit.
I thought you were going to say that he asked you if you had room to store them.
No, he just said if you want them. And I said, well, whatever you got, dude, set up on the porch. I'll take a look at. If I don't want it or can't use it, I'll pass it along to someone else.
Kind of made me think of Seinfeld. I don't know if you ever watched Seinfeld, but there was one episode this guy kept trying to pawn off his jacket to Jerry. Jerry, would you store my jacket for me, please? Just one jacket.
Why did he need to store a jacket?
They never said. They never said why. He was just asking to store.
Please,
like
take my jacket.
Like he was limited on closet space or something.
that show, man. I never got into it that much, to be honest with you. I don't know what it was. I think it was just the time that it was on in my age. I wasn't very much a TV watcher at that point in my life.
Right.
You know, God, that had been. That was back when I was a teenager. Well, probably young teenager, high school, maybe.
No, Seinfeld wasn't that long ago.
I'm trying to think. It didn't start in the 80s?
No, Seinfeld, no. It was in the 90s.
So I was in my 20s then, I guess. And it was probably just not a time that I watched a lot of TV.
I didn't get into it either, honestly, until the repeats on TBS. Excuse me. That's actually when I started watching it.
You know, I think I remember really watching it when it was when they did the last episode. I remember watching that. All right, I'll be right back, dude.
All right. Yeah, the soup Nazi. No soup for you. God, oh, Jesus Christ! I already got 53 work emails this morning. Good God. How is that even possible? Lord. Good morning, John. How you doing today, buddy? Kind of excited for Wake to get his God mod, even though he's not really pressed for it now that Miss Ellen hooked him up with that ZNA. Oh, the DNA 40, huh? Nice. I have the 30. I love it. I actually love the RDNA 30. It's a really good unit. It's solid. I've dropped it a couple of times. I mean, it really is a solid piece. The only thing that I have to complain about is I don't know if you could. Well, you guys can't even see me. Wake doesn't even have me up on cam on the broadcast. But the only thing that I have to complain about is the button. The button on it is whatever finish or coating that they had on there. It's wore off, and it I don't know. It just looks funky. I mean, it's got like multiple tones in there. It's got like the dark. It's kind of got the outer. It's kind of got like the dark chrome finish. Then the next, the middle, the next section around the outer is down to like metal, and then a dot right in the middle is almost like an orangish, copperish color. It's really weird. Are you gonna put me up on cam?
Oh shit! I forgot.
I mean, honestly, with the RDNA, the button is really my only complaint. How the finish is worn off of it. Plus, it's got a lot of like slop in the button. There's a lot of I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a lot of slop in the button there that I don't care for either. The silicone covers are nice though. I have the silicone cover on it, but with the RDNA, I do have the regular DNA, and the button is covered on it. So you can see on the regular DNA, the button is covered. But on the RDNA model, their silicone cover, they cut out the button so that the button is exposed and the rest of it is covered. You can see it there. And you can see the button now, how it's, you see the outer part of it is kind of like a dark grayish, like gunmetal color. Then the next layer around that is kind of like bare metal, and then like I said, the center is almost like a copper color. But I found that the button being covered on the regular DNA was a problem, because you would go to fire it, and I think that the cover interfered with the button, and while you were hitting it, it would like activate and deactivate and activate and deactivate without you knowing about it, and then it would put it into sleep mode, or it would lock it. It would put it into the lock mode.
I had a question about that. How do you get into the function, the settings menu of the DNA chip?
There are no settings. There are no settings. It's
There's just lock and unlock and
up and down
wattage and unlock wattage.
Oh yeah, there's, you know, I forget what it is because I don't use it.
Can't
but I
you
think
dim the display?
You can not dim it, but put it in stealth mode.
Yeah, that's what I want.
So I think you lock it, And then let me see, you press. All right, so you press the minus button and the power button at the same time. And it says normal mode.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so if you press and hold the minus button and the power button, it'll pop up and it'll show you it's in normal mode. And you just keep continuing to hold it and it'll shift it to stealth mode.
That's what I want.
And then that just turns off the display.
Exactly.
And then the plus and the power button will change your left and your right mode. So that flips which way the screen displays. It just flips it upside down.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Those are the only options that you have on it.
Yeah, I don't think there are many. There's many, but I just wanted to be able to turn the light. I can't stand that blue light staring at me.
I thought there was a way to lock it too, so that you can't accidentally hit the button and adjust the wattage on it.
Yeah. You hold both the plus and minus together, and hold them, and then it'll lock the wattage. Or mine does, at least. Are those DNA 20s or 30s?
This is a 30.
Okay.
Both of these that I have are 30s.
Because I don't think the 20s had that ability.
But Barry, Tammy is saying that she pulled the trigger and ordered the RDNA 40.
RDNA 40, what's that?
The RDNA is the Vapor Shark, which is I don't know if that's still the case, but it's one of the smallest DNA 30 box mods that you can get. I mean, you can see with a replaceable battery. So this has a replaceable 18650 in it.
Okay.
This has this one, the regular DNA, I think has a lipo pack in it. The battery life isn't the best in this, but it's
or something.
Yeah, it's really small and sleek. That's what I liked about it.
Dude, that's that's like an 18500 battery. I mean, that's all that is.
Yeah.
1200 mAh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then so I upgraded to the RDNA 30, and this has the replaceable 18650 in it. And then I forget what battery that I got that I put in here, but it has like a really high mAh. It has like 2800 or something like that. It has really high mAh battery in there. I don't know if it was a Panasonic or something like that.
I have I was thinking about that today. I've got some Panasonic's 3100 mAh, I think they were.
That may be what's in here.
Yeah, and because I'm running at a 1.6 ohm coil at 30 watts, I'm pulling under about 3 amps.
That's low. You could probably.
Those Panasonics actually are rated at a continuous, I think, at 4.5 amps. So I think, and number two, the DNA actually has a safety feature that will tell you if your battery's amperage can't handle
exactly the
power. So I've actually been able to use these batteries that I haven't been able to use since I switched to mechanical mods, because they never had enough amperage.
Tammy, just to let you know though, I know it's the case with the RDNA 30. I don't know if it's the same case with the 40, but be sure you're careful when you put the battery in there that you put it in the right way, because it does not have the reverse battery protection. Yeah, the reverse polarity protection.
You will fry your DNA chip.
It will fry it, and they will not warranty it. So be very careful. Double check that you have your battery going in the right way before you actually put the battery in. I may want to check though, because maybe the DNA 40 has the reverse polarity protection now. That I don't know, but I know that's not the case with the 30.
I don't think any of the DNA chips have that, dude. I don't think any of them do. I think that was the one thing about the DNA chips.
It's something so simple. Why wouldn't they do that? So it's something so simple to put in there. Hell, the God mod even has that, and I'm thankful it does, because I was so excited when the God mods came in that I put one of the batteries in backwards, and it wouldn't turn on, and I was like, oh shit, what the hell's going on here? So I opened it back up and I looked, and I had that center battery. I put it in the wrong way, so I swapped it, and it turned right on. No, because the God mod has the reverse polarity protection.
Yep. See, I think even when Zen made the ZNA or the ZNAs, the only protection he had was he made the where the top of the battery hits. He made it so you could only use button tops.
Right.
And then that way, if you tried to put a battery in backwards, it wouldn't touch.
Right.
But then he was having issues with people getting mad because everybody's got flat top batteries, and now he wanted everybody to have to go buy buttons tops, and so this one works fine on button tops and flat top. So yeah, you definitely do not want to put batteries on backwards.
I did a group buy on the God mod. We got, I think it was 12 people together, and minimum order was 10. So we ordered direct from SMI and coordinated a group buy, which worked out really well.
Worked out awesome.
And then, I don't know if you saw, Barry, but I just modified mine because we didn't like that 510 connector. So I modified mine, and Wake sent me his. I modified his as well. I put the Veritube 510 on there and removed that ego threading, and it looks really nice and sleek on there.
That's the way it should have been done. It was stupid to put an ego on a 180 watt device.
That was just stupid. No, it's not the Fat Daddy. It's the Veritube. I didn't care for the Fat Daddy, and I don't think me and Wake kind of came up with the idea together. He was the first to open it up and actually look at the board in there and pull that little cover off and notice that it's just 2 wires that are soldered to the board. So I kind of just went around Home Depot and was looking for what I could do to make it work. And both of us like the low profile of the Veritube. You see it here, how really nice and low profile it is.
Yeah, the other one, the Fat Daddy,
Fat Daddy is, I think that's why they call it the Fat Daddy, because it's got to be like a 1/4 inch plate.
Even thicker than that almost.
So the Veritube, I think those are from research that I've done in the past with doing your own box mods. The 2 popular are the Veritube and the Fat Daddy, but the Fat Daddy seems to be the most popular because the Veritube is a little bit harder to work with when you do your soldering. It doesn't have a terminal on the negative for the negative. So actually now I noticed, because I just went on their website, I think it was yesterday. Now they sell an extra terminal. It's like a washer that has a little nipple on the side where you can solder to. Where I just did my own terminal. I used, and Little Vape Mama is the one who gave me this idea. I used one of these, crimp style terminals.
Oh, okay.
And I just removed the sheathing on it and modified the crimp part of it to just be a little nipple on there that I could solder on instead of the full ring.
Yeah.
And it worked out really well.
Oh, good. Okay.
Now,
so you say the newer models come with something similar to that?
They have the option that you can buy the terminal ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it all worked out. Everything I got everything from Home Depot, and funny enough, I got everything from Home Depot in the lighting section, in the where you can get the lamp supplies, like the threaded tubing here, the mounting bracket when you're mounting, into a ceiling box.
Yep.
A little bit of JB Weld.
And a lot of work.
Yeah, I needed the Dremel, that was for sure. There was a couple of things in the box that I had to modify to make everything fit, but it wasn't too bad. Like I said, after I did mine was the hard one because it was the initial. But doing yours, it took me less than an hour from start to finish to do everything.
Wow.
I'd say it took me about 45 minutes.
Well, that goes with anything, The next one you do will be even quicker.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. I'm definitely much happier with it now.
Oh, I thought you did. Oh, okay. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, I think, who was it? Someone was talking about God mod, getting a God mod, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it was Josh. And then he's like, well, I kind of want to do what you guys did to it. I'm like, well, go ahead and do it. It's not that hard. He's like, well, maybe I'll send it to Vape Crazy like you did. And I'm like, you might want to ask him first if he's going to be willing to do that, because I think he's done. After these two, he's done.
Look at Big.
Yeah, only $50 initial fee. That's standard fee, flat rate. Just to look at it, like computer guy would get.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous. Go to a computer repair shop. Well, it's $50 for me to even look at it. You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. You can't find something wrong with it. You can't charge me $20 to clean it. You gotta charge me $50 just to look at it.
Yeah, I think it's funny that there's all these companies out there that try to take advantage of the computer illiterate.
Yeah.
Like these cleaning tools. I see commercials all the time. I can't think of the names of some of them, but there's like 2 or 3 different companies that offer this a service. You go to their website and you pay a service fee, and they'll clean your computer and make it run like new.
Yeah.
There's a million free programs out there that do the exact same thing.
Exactly.
And it's free. You just run the program.
My dad got suckered into one of those deals where they monitor your computer and keep it clean of viruses and all this bullshit. And he paid like $100, and he's got like a 3-year contract with them and all this bullshit. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? You're 75.
God, yeah.
You know nothing about computers. You didn't even say anything to me before you did this. I mean, that's who they're targeting too. Is older.
That's one of them. MyCleanPC.com. Dude, it's a 3-year contract.
I think so.
Oh my God, they're even throwing contracts in there.
And then I went in and removed it completely from his computer. I'm like, Dad, I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I think this program's causing you more problems than you need. And I said, I'm taking it all off your computer. A week later, I went back to his house. It was all back on his computer because they had called and said, hey, we're not being able to connect with your computer and keep it clean and stuff. And he went and gave him access again to his goddamn computer, and they reinstalled it all on his computer. I'm like,
yeah, there's
one or the other.
The next one that kind of gets me is the what is it? Shoot, I can't think of the name of that one either. It's like something IT. They do the backup for you. It's a backup service that you pay for, that you back up your computer to them. It's not. It's like Samsonite, or it's not Samsonite, obviously, but it's something like that. And you pay them. Oh, Carbonite. Thank you, Carbonite.
Oh yeah, it's not even one of
You-
those. They're
You pay them a monthly fee, you know, to be able to back up all your files to them and this and that. I mean, why pay a monthly fee? Go buy yourself another backup hard drive. There's free programs out there that work awesome, that you tell it specifically what folders you want backed up. You've got folders with your pictures and your music. You tell it specifically what you want backed up, and it backs it up on a scheduled basis. It's ridiculous. And like I said, just some of these companies that are out there that are just trying to take advantage of the computer illiterate.
Yeah. Well, it's just like even the repair shops. They take advantage of people that they you know, oh, I heard I need to upgrade, you know, I need to update or upgrade more to more RAM. And so the average PC user goes, "Oh my god, how do I put memory into a computer? I can't touch anything inside there. I'd be afraid I'm going to break something." And so they take it to a repair shop, not knowing that it takes 2 seconds to take RAM out and put new RAM in. And then they charge you $50 to look at it. And then they charge you $25 to put the fucking RAM in. And they send you home $75 poorer. And it takes 2 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, no lie.
Or a video card, or a sound card, or a hard drive, or whatever else they're putting in your computer. Guys, it literally takes 2 seconds and it's not hard.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to stick your hand into your computer box and change a part. Just make sure the damn thing's unplugged.
Yep. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It really is. Yeah, I mean, and you know, just make sure it's unplugged. I've never, you know, worried about the whole static thing, static discharge. I've never worried. I mean, I've seen some techs that are to the extreme. They wear the anti-static band and clip onto the chassis, or you know, some shops that have the anti-static floor mats, you know, at the workstations. I've never worried about, you know, static discharge or anything like that. I've handled boards and never had issues.
I just put a computer together for my son's friend, and the kid went and saved his money and bought parts, about $1,500 worth of parts, and I went over there and I'm holding a $300 motherboard, you know, and the guy's like, "Dude, I thought you had to watch out for static electricity." And I'm like, "Dude, we're standing on a hardwood floor in your kitchen on a hardwood table, and I'm wearing rubber shoes, and I there's no issue here, man."
Yeah.
And he just flipped out at that back, and I'm like, "Listen, you do not need to be so cautious that you're afraid to touch the inside of your computer."
Yeah, the thing is years ago, you know, this was like back in like the 590 days, you know, PCs didn't have a lot of horsepower or anything like that. I've always been, you know, even as a kid, I've always been like curious about electronics. I mean, I was the kid that, you know, my mom would come into my room and be like, "Have you seen the toaster?" And I'm like on the floor and I've got it dismantled in pieces.
Yep, that was me too, dude.
She's like, "What are you doing with the friggin' toaster?" And I was just always like curious about electronics, and I would just take something and tear it apart and then put it back together, and you know, shit would work fine. But she was always like chasing me down about something that you know, she was looking for, that I was just so happened to have you know, a hair up my ass to I want to tear this apart and see how it fucking works.
Well, I remember when I got my first black and white TV, I think I was like 10. And it was just a little like 7 or 9 inch just little teeny TV. Well, you know, but back then it was in a box and
right, yeah.
And I shit you not, I think the next day my mom came into my room and that fucking TV was in pieces, spread across my floor. I took that bitch apart fucking first day I owned it. I had to know how the picture tube worked. I had to know because I had never, you know, on the big TV, I can't take apart my big TV at my parents' home, but I always wanted to know how the damn thing, the picture tube worked. So I wanted to see the back of the picture tube. And sure enough, I took that bitch apart, and I think I damaged the cover when I took it apart. And I remember then for the like 6 years that I had that TV, it just looked like a piece of shit because I had damaged the cover of it or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom was so pissed. She's like, I just bought that TV for you, and you got it torn apart. I'm like, don't worry, I'll put it back together.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just always curious about electronics. I would tear shit apart, tear radios apart. I'd fuck around with the radios. The cool thing in the radios was the little transformers that are in there. They had the little transformer box that
Yes.
you could hook up like a 9-volt battery on one end, and it would up the voltage. So me and a bunch of friends, we'd do the whole in a circle. I'd grab one wire, and then we'd grab wrists, like 5 or 6 of us, and then the last guy would grab the other wire, and you'd feel the current go through everybody. I was just always curious with electronics, and the same thing applied when I got my first computer. I was not afraid to open it up and see what was in there.
Dude, I ripped open my Commodore 64 we got. We had gotten 2 of them because they were from the school. And my dad worked at the school, and they were they were upgrading or whatever. And so he brought home these 2 Commodore 64 computers. Well, needless to say, one of them became parts real quick. So I kept my working one, but I had to know how this thing worked. In fact,
Yeah.
I kept that for a long time, and I used to tinker with that thing all the time.
I had a Commodore 64, but I was too young at that point to even dive into taking shit apart.
You're about one decade below me on growing up, so I mean, I'm 44, you're what, 34, 35?
36.
There you go. See? Atari
Yes.
400. Dude, well, our dollar store's got these, they're selling them for $40. You can get the Sega, the Genesis, or was it 40 or 25 bucks? Maybe it's 25 bucks. So you can get a Sega Genesis system, a ColecoVision, or a Atari system, and it's all.
I just saw those.
Yeah, they come with all the games already pre-installed, and.
I just saw those. It's like a.
Dude, I was hesitant. Man, I almost want to buy one, man.
I just saw those when I was looking at the. Actually, no, it was my wife. She was looking at the. At a sale paper for somewhere. I can't even remember where right now. And they had both. They had the Atari, and then they had the Genesis one that I saw.
Yeah, I remember ColecoVision. I remember I just remember everybody had Atari. My one friend, they were like weird anyways, but they had a ColecoVision. And I always thought it was really weird. They were weird to begin with, and then it was weird that they chose a ColecoVision as their entertainment system. Because everybody else had Atari at the time. And for him to have a ColecoVision, it was really a weird system. Like, it had a little dial thing on this number pad, and like you used the number pad to it was a really different gaming system altogether. I don't know. I don't know if anybody remembers them, but yeah, and television.
You see, hey, Wiki, the problem with Sega is they're innovators, but they don't know how to stay on top of keeping it going. Oh, and it does have the reverse polarity protection. Cool. Very cool. Finally, an improvement.
Hey, why don't you look up and see if the ZNA 50-watt clones have that?
Yeah, Sega, for some reason, they were always very innovative when it came to their systems. Yeah, I mean, their systems were really good. I had the the Dreamcast.
Uh-huh.
Dude, the Dreamcast was like, I mean, ahead of its time. It just they didn't market it, and somebody else came along and
They were never
knocked them
good
down.
at keeping up with games either. I think Sega was. I mean, they had.
Well, that's their. Honestly, I think that's their biggest strong suit was their games, coming up with the games that they had. That was their biggest their strong point was games. Consoles itself, they always fell through. They always fell through with consoles. The Dreamcast, like I said, the Dreamcast was an amazing system. I remember hooking up me and my brother. I don't know if you guys remember the game. I think it was called Shamu. It was almost like a Japanese kind of like role playing game. And there was all these Shenmue, yeah. There was like little missions. You were like a person, and you were walking around, and there was like little sub missions. The game was awesome, and we actually, we had a big screen TV at home at the time. It was like rear projection, old school. We wound up hooking it up to a CRT monitor just to see, because CRT monitors, definitely have better quality when it comes to the graphics. I got one of the converters and hooked it up to a CRT monitor, and it was like a little 15-inch CRT monitor. And the resolution on this game was amazing, that me and my brother would sit down every night and we'd huddle around this little 15-inch CRT monitor and play the game as opposed to hooking it up to the big screen. The quality was just amazing on the CRT monitor, and the game was, I say the game was ahead of its time. It was, the graphics on it, the actual gameplay was amazing.
I remember playing Gauntlet. It was called Gauntlet on the Atari. Was it Atari? And you'd have to go. You were a little square or something. I forget. You weren't even like a person, but you were like had to go into these castles and like collect a key and go to another place to a dungeon and open it up and get. And you were trying to get I think you were trying to get like a cup or some kind of trophy or something. I forget what it was. It was so fucked up because if you fucked up and you didn't do things in the right pattern, like you couldn't finish the, I don't know. I just remember struggling to get that fucking game completed all the time.
I remember there was a Gauntlet for Nintendo.
Maybe
My memory of games really starts at Nintendo.
yeah,
I mean,
Castle. I'm sorry. You're right.
I do remember a few games on the Atari. I was with the Atari. I was really young. I do remember a few games though that like stick out. Like I remember the fishing game. It was just the water, and there was a boat on the top, and a guy, and you were the guy. You'd cast your line, and you had to maneuver your line, through the fish to go down to the fish that you wanted and reel the fish in. It was very cheesy. I remember for some reason the fishing game sticks out. Obviously, Pong sticks out. That was a classic. And was it Centipede on the Atari? I can't remember. I know the fishing game for sure, and Pong stick out for me on the Atari.
I remember playing the little tank game on Atari. That was always fun. And then, of course, Space Invaders. There was another one. What was it called? Pitfall. We used to play Pitfall. And you have to swing across the little pits with the alligators in them. And you have to let go of the vine just at the right time. And it was really a bitch. And you had the one pond, you had to jump on the alligators' heads. There were 3 alligators, and you'd have to jump on their heads without them opening their mouth. It was fun.
See, that makes me think of the one game. I want to say it was like Tarzan. I don't know the name of the game though, where you were swinging from vine to vine,
Yeah.
and you had to see how far you could get.
I don't know about that. I just know
That's
that
all.
you'd run, and then like each scene would come onto the screen, and then it'd have a little pond, and it'd either have like little alligators or something in it, or it'd be it would be a tar pit, and you'd have to swing across on a vine, and then some of them would have little alligators in it. You'd have to jump on their heads.
It could be the same
Yeah,
game.
it was
I remember.
Pitfall. It was called Pitfall.
I think could be the same game. I just remember swinging from vine to vine.
Yeah.
That I do remember.
And you had to collect gold and silver bars, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But yeah, they were. Yeah, it's funny how far video games have come, man.
Oh my god, it's incredible, man. You've seen some of these games now; they're ridiculous.
Well, I keep seeing this ad for the new Grand Theft Auto, and I've never played Grand Theft Auto, and I look at the advertisements for the games, and it's just weird to me because it doesn't seem like like they're going around and they're just talking to people and shit. They're just showing scenes of like this guy like waiting for the bus, and some other guy kicks him in the back of the leg or whatever, and it's like
I never got into the whole Grand Theft Auto thing. I think that was just a different generation of gaming that I was kind of on my way out of gaming when that came in. Actually, I want to say when Grand Theft Auto came around, I was more into PC gaming at that time. There was a few games that I was hooked on the computer around that time. And then after that, I kind of just fell out of gaming, and I've dabbled with gaming here and there with a couple of games. Like I like the Call of Duties, a couple of the Call of Duties I got hooked on. But just, these days it's just like any games, it just takes up so much time. I get so hooked on them that it's almost like I'm in recovery here, and I just learned to just stay away from them. Otherwise, they draw me in, and I wind up wasting so much fucking time on games. Yeah. So I just stay away from them now.
I'd say the last game system I bought was a PS2, and I barely played it. And then I've always been more of a computer gamer myself. I got hooked on the Total War series. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Rome Total War, Shogun Total War.
No.
I've always been more of a strategy type of guy. In fact, when we used to play board games, we used to play a game called Axis and Allies when I was a kid. I don't know if anybody knows that game, but it's a very, very intense World War II game. Imagine Risk, but add about 10 more dimensions to it. Yeah, it's one of those things where I've always been more of a strategic type of person. So, like the type of games like Rome Total War, where you control like masses of armies and things like that. That's more my speed than like individual one-on-one fighting or anything like that. And then most recently, I got hooked on the what is it called? World of Tanks online. In fact, I play for free. And man, that fucking game is so badass. I've always wanted to play a tank game like that. And in fact, I still go back to it every once in a while. And it's just amazing. The graphics and the way the gameplay is, being in the tank, how the tank how it moves and looks, and just everything about it is very realistic.
I kind of feel like, again, I'm kind of out of the gaming thing, but I kind of feel like at one point, PC gaming, it had an edge on console gaming.
Oh yeah.
But I kind of feel like lately, maybe it's lack of development or whatever. I kind of feel like lately console gaming now has that edge back over PC gaming.
Yes.
Because it seems like the PC gaming, the games that are coming out for PC that are popular are kind of low end games. They're more like strategy type games that really don't require a lot of graphics. Like what's the big one? They're like the block characters, Minecraft. It's like there's from what I see, I've never played it. I've seen it briefly. They're like block characters. It's like playing a Nintendo game all over again.
Yeah. You're right.
So I kind of feel like lack of development on the PC is kind of, it's taken a turn to the type of games that people, play on computers as opposed to what they play on a console.
Very cool.
I don't know. It could be, again, I'm kind of out of it. I don't know. I'm sure that, there are games out there that you can go and purchase that are higher quality, but they don't seem to be the popular games that people play on computers. No, I mean, if you think about it, a PC has way more horsepower than any console out there. I mean, even though the consoles that they've come out with lately, they are they're up there when it comes to their processors and RAM. Like I remember when the Xbox came out, I mean, the specs on it was comparable to a PC at that time. I think it had like 128 megabytes of RAM in it. It had a hard drive. I mean, that was like, to me, it was like one of the first console games that you could actually look at the specs and be like, man, this is a computer here.
Yeah.
Prior to that, you didn't really have those kind of specs. That nobody put out those kind of specs on, what kind of processor was in there, or hard drive or RAM. I didn't even know. I never even thought that they had this stuff on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Until the Xbox came out. Then, like I said, Microsoft decided to start sharing specs. And to me, it kind of opened my eyes that, man, these are little PCs that are just designed to
run a game. That's it.
To run a game. What I am interested in is messing around with one of these Raspberry Pis. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No.
The Raspberry Pi. It's like a credit card sized computer. You can get them really cheap. They actually sell kits that come with everything: the power supply, the little motherboard, and you run like Linux on it. A low footprint operating system. Your hard drive is actually like one of these SD cards. That the board on this Raspberry Pi board, it's got a SD card slot, and that's like basically your memory. And you can run this. Like I said, the board is probably about the size of a credit card, and by the time you have everything together, it's probably a little bit bigger than a pack of cigarettes once you have it in a case and all that. It's a computer that you say it's actually probably the size of our God mod. It's a little computer that's about the size of a God mod. And you run Linux on it. Like I said, you can run Linux on it and set it up as a little server, set it up as a file server within your network. You can do all kinds of stuff with it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty cheap. I think you can get like a kit. They're probably like $120 for a kit or something like that.
Now, from that little computer, then can you like hook that up to a monitor and a keyboard and?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And so then that can actually like go online and.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a computer.
So
I mean,
that's the next step then, is to miniaturize this shit.
Yeah. You got to think, though, I mean, there's only so much you can do on it, because it's not like you can put like massive amounts of RAM in it. I actually think that the RAM is kind of built into it's a chip on the little board already. So, I mean, you're kind of limited. It's not like a massive horsepower thing, but you can, do certain things with it. Like people set them up as like they're for video, it's like their media center PC that they'll connect to their TV. It's got a real small footprint. You can hide it, stash it behind the TV somewhere. They can send files to it over their network. They can drop, movie files on there and then easily play them right on their TV in the living room. They'll set them up as like a little file server, just tucked away somewhere, because like I said, they're so small, you can set it up as like a little file server. They do all different what's it called? Arduino. The people are using them for Arduino, sensor type automation.
Yeah.
They'll use that as the actual brain to whatever Arduino project that they're working on. People are doing a lot of cool stuff with them.
Very cool. I've never heard of them. I'll have to look them up. That's interesting. Definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's a Raspberry Pi. I think they have newer units out, and then they have all kinds of expansions that you can buy for it. It's cool stuff. It's good for people like us who like to tinker.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Oh my God, I saw the link that Bionic left in the room last night.
Did you see that? I forgot.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
That shit's awesome, dude.
That dude is on top of the... Dude, he's amazing.
Yeah. Dude, he's definitely somebody to have on our side.
Oh, yes.
When it comes to, developing shit, ideas.
Well, dude, he's like-minded. I mean, just like we sat down and worked out how we were going to do this God mod, you fucking within a day were at fucking Home Depot fucking buying the shit you needed. And... I'm shipping out my God mod the next day, to get it done. And it's like, he's the same way, dude. I spoke with him for fucking 1 hour about an idea I had. Within an hour, we worked out the details. He's fucking goes down the lows. The next day, he just got a prototype in his hand. And then, just 2 days ago, we're talking about 3D printing.
I'm telling you.
And we need to have a master design in case we find a 3D printer that we can use. And bam, the next day he's got a 3D fucking printer design ready to go.
Well, I don't know if you heard, because you were kind of in and out of it. He woke you last night and said something, so I don't know if you recall.
Yeah, his boss or his backer is going to buy him that printer.
Yep.
I just want to know how much we got to pay him back out of our profit for that thing. What does this guy want?
I think the unit's $800, so I mean it's not bad.
But we got to pay the guy back.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to the first $800 of profit. Well.
But yeah, it's pretty cool, dude. And that fucking 3D printer is, man, I'm tempted, honestly.
Why now, dude? You got access. You're gonna have access to one.
Yeah, but
well, it's not gonna be the same as having it in your house.
Yeah,
that you can't tinker with.
Exactly. What's nice about that unit is the scan feature on there. You can put anything in there, and it'll scan it and create the 3D file.
Dude, that part right there is amazing. That's the part I like. You can scan anything and then create it.
Oh, sorry about that sub. Arduino. I always thought it was pronounced Audrino. He actually said he was ghosting and had to sign in to correct me on
Well, don't
that.
be ghosting our show then, ass. Jesus. Just come in and join us. We're not going to bite you or anything. And you could have been in here and corrected him many times then.
That's true.
Because I know I say stupid shit all the time, so...
Oh, he was in the lobby just listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, there's just a bunch of shit on this show today. Ain't gonna be nothing big, so.
Yeah, we're just talking shit.
That's what we do. We talk shit. We fill fucking 2 hours with shit talk.
Should be the Wake and Shit Talk morning show.
So you're gonna be Shit Talk? Is that your new name, Shit Talk? Wake and Shit Talk. That's what they'll say. Oh man, yeah. In case you guys don't know, visit coastcoastvapors.com for all your vaping needs. You can contact any of the show hosts through the contact page, the host page. You can also go to our cam chat room, Coast to Coast Vapors Cam Chat. Come and join us if you haven't already. Well, you'll find a link at the top of the coastcoastvapors.com page and click it and follow the instructions. You will soon be in the cam chat with us. Other than that, I believe we have a show today at 11 o'clock, the Big Red Show, or the Little Red Show, or the Big Little Show, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Sexy Red Show, or...
Anyways, you're going to have Little Red will be on. She's always very pleasant and good to look at. And then you'll also have Big Sexies. Can't say the same. But he will be there too.
You know what I do is take a piece of paper and I kind of I tape it up so it covers big sides so I don't really and then I just see.
We used to be able to take the window of the Vapors TV window and just collapse it to where you could just see half the screen, but you can't do that anymore because it's readjusts the size every time you move, make your box bigger or smaller. Like now the screen readjusts.
I don't know if it's me. Sure. I don't know if it's me, but Skype is really laggy with you for some reason.
Huh. I've got white bars. Excellent connection. Excellent webcam. Oh, medium webcam.
Coming through the next one through.
Okay, here we go. Connection is slow. We should try to do it through that meeting thing again. Net meeting. What's up, Bride Pie? We don't give away anything on this show, so get your fucking rigged shit out of here. Millions of people use it every day. Or do you have proof of that fact, sir? Is it truly millions of people that use Skype?
Yeah, I hate Skype.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, Wicked Big Show. The Wicked Big Show.
I don't think Big's gonna like that name though.
The Big Wicked Show.
That was gonna be what he's gonna want. The Big Wicked Show.
How about the Wicked Sexy Show? There you go.
Yeah, Skype does suck.
Mr. No Name left. What'd you leave for, sir? You've been here since the beginning.
Yeah, you're getting choppy again.
God damn it. Am I
What it
coming
is.
choppy over the show as well, or is it just on your end? Is the question.
Yeah. No, the broadcast. Yeah, the broadcast gets choppy too.
What it is? Choppy over
Not choppy
the
here,
show
Fried
as
says.
well, or is it
Oh,
just
okay.
on your
Maybe it's just me.
question?
Yeah.
The video's a little choppy, but the audio sounds fine.
1.9 million daily users.
Okay, well there you go. See, facts are better things to have, huh?
Good God.
So they got a 5 million users strong. That's crazy, man.
That is great.
That's how big we're gonna be someday. The Coast to Coast Vapors TV show will be 5 million listeners a day. How's that sound?
Wow.
Then we can sell advertising time, and that'll be a $500,000 ad. I don't believe that. I don't believe that everything he says is factual. Although I do need to make sure I mail out his juice tomorrow. Did I get your address, Pride? I think I did, but I don't know. I need to start putting usernames next to the fucking addresses. I'm getting so many, I can't remember whose is who.
Hey, Fried, by the way, Spec told me to ship me one of those eye sticks that you have.
Oh, no, wait. He said to ship me one.
No, he said ship me one.
Oh, he said to ship us both one. Tell you what, you ship me an eye stick, and I'll ship you a 120 milliliter bottle of juice. How's that sound?
Damn, dude, I modified his God mod, and I only got 30. That's a fucking deal.
Yeah, but it was a $5 part, and I think it was a pretty good deal. And a clamp that you can't use.
Yeah. I gotta find somewhere that I can use it. I'm sure I got somewhere.
Just bolt a thinner piece of wood to your desk where it can stick out a little bit, where you can clamp on the clamp.
Yeah, and then I'll fucking run into that piece of wood that sticks out the desk. I'm sure I'll run into that fucking thing constantly.
So, okay, go get yourself 2 big C-clamps to C-clamp a piece of wood onto your desk so you can stick out, so you can clamp the little clamp on it. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of having a little clamp. Okay, there's Richard. I wonder if...
No, it wasn't that bad. I mean, the bulk of the work was just coming up with how to make it work, because it wasn't just like a drop-in replacement. But like I said earlier, after I did mine took me a few days to kind of iron out all the wrinkles. But after I did mine, I got wakes in, and I sat down and started on wakes, and it took me about 45 minutes from start to finish to do wakes. So it's, I mean, the hard part was just figuring everything out in the beginning. But now that I know, what parts I need to get and how to, what needs to be done, I had to modify the box a little bit. I had to grind out some of the internal metal in the box, some of the meat in there, to accommodate for a nut, to lock down the new 510, and just a few little things. And once I had everything ironed out with mine, to do wakes, it took me about 45 minutes. Years ago, I like to say in another life, I was on a apprenticeship to be a journeyman, but I shifted gears and wound up somewhere else. But I did do some electrical work for about 2 years.
Zero Nick Fried. I usually run 0.5 in my juice, but I'll do whatever you want, so let me know. If 0.5 is fine, I can just give you out of my own personal batch.
But I have always tinkered and, done little things here and there. Soldering is not the thing. Soldering's easy.
I have issues with it.
Do you?
Yeah, I have problems. I don't know what it is. It's like I can't get things to solder together right, and then I end up with this clumpy mess. And
well, you gotta use flux, and always tin your wires. That makes it so much easier. If you flux your wire, and then drop a little, get a little coating of solder on your wire, and then once you have that little coating, because especially if you have if it's strand wire, all that solder just kind of sucks its weight inside between the strands, and then you have this nice thin coating. I think they call it tinning because it looks like you have this tin coating on the wire. Once you have the wire tinned, it's cake, because you heat up your solder point where you're going to solder. You get that heated up, then you drop your wire on there, and then once the solder that you already have on your wire heats up, it grabs instantly.
I guess there's not a show after our show today.
Oh no.
Yeah. Big Sexy says he looks isn't feeling too well. He's gonna go lay down. So. And he says he wanted to get some sleep, so I assume he's not gonna be doing a show at all.
Oh Lord. He's fired. That's it.
You're fired, man.
He's fired.
I don't know if Little Red's even in the room. I don't know if she'd want to go on by herself. Probably not.
Solder, I think flux is key. Flux really makes a difference.
Yeah, that would be some of my issue as of late. I just know that I tried to solder a new button into my one bolt I had gotten, and it didn't work out too well.
I'll tell you though, the new soldering station that I got with that hot air, the hot air gun for surface mount, man, that made the difference. That made it so easy to solder right to the board. Because I first started out with the actual iron, and it just wasn't getting hot enough that it wasn't even melting the solder right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It wasn't even putting a dent in it. And I pulled out that the surface mount hot air gun. It melted it instantly.
Wow.
Got it to temperature, and I just, like I said, just stuck the wire in it, and boom, grabbed.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Yeah, that's just it. If I would have tried to do that, I would never have been able to get, without a heat gun, I would have never gotten that off of there. Oh my God.
Good morning, Chi-Town. What's going on over there?
Oh, not much. Just a name popped up that we had discussed yesterday. Let's see here. I'm trying to get this so I can send out some juice tomorrow. I've got juice going out to Richard and fried pie, and I've got to get my concentrate out to Kane so he can start including my juice in his demon juice line. And yeah.
I'm so surprised, man, that people aren't jumping on that 120 mil deal.
I don't understand either. It's good juice. And besides that, how can you beat? I mean, that's what dude. That's like bottom of the barrel pricing. That's like what I offer to people that are my friends in chat. You know.
Well, and if you think about it, though, it's not even just 120 mils, because he's doing a 30 mil free giveaway with every 120 mils. So it's actually 150 mils out of his stock for $30.
Yeah. Yeah.
150 mils for $30. I mean, you spend $30, you get 120. But he's also doing a giveaway for every 120 he sells. He's giving away 30 mils on the show. I mean, that's, like I said, that's bottom of the barrel pricing right there.
Definitely. That's what I mean. When he pops out with those kind of prices, hell, he's down to the point where I'm doing my private sales for the friends. And that's just to cover shipping costs and my cost of supplies. And there's no profit. There's not much profit there for me to be had. I just do it to be nice, and it's like, at that point, he's not making anything either. He's just trying to get his name out there.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Rooster? Good morning, Dom Ray. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know why he's doing it. He's just trying to get his name out there and get his juice into people's hands at an affordable price so that they can try it. You know, that's something I bring up all the time. I'm very hesitant to buy online. Spend $20 for a 30 mil and it turn out that I don't like it because I've never tried it before.
Well, yeah, that's why I always
But
anybody that
like
comes
that,
in wants to try my juice that's in the chat, I always send them a 30 mil for free. You try it because I don't want to. I'm not going to make you pay for something you don't like.
exactly.
And so
Yeah,
try it. If you like it, we'll talk about you buying more. But that 30 mils for me to give to you, the only thing it costs me is shipping. Okay, so I take a bite on $2 shipping. Ooh.
right.
I mean, to get my juice out to people that, number one, to help people. Number two, to be nice and give people a free 30 milliliter. But also, then if they're going to buy some in the future, then it's totally worth it. There's several people in the chat room I just give juice. I mean, there's people I give juice free to because can't afford to buy their own. There's people I give it to as a discount or on credit, and then they pay me as they can. But that's all done out of the because trying to help people out here. I'm not here to make fucking $1 million, especially off of juice.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the problem. People think they're going to open a juice company and make $1 million, and it's just not going to fucking happen.
I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. I mean, honestly, I kind of sit here and crunch the numbers, and I just don't see it worth it. I don't see anybody really making.
Well, that's just it. That's the problem when they're selling. Okay, and I'm not going to call anybody out, but when you're selling juice at $1 a mil, which there are companies out there doing, when you're selling above 50 cents a mil, that's just, to me, you're trying to make money where there wasn't money. Like,
right.
I think you're.
The thing is too is that it's a market that's saturated. There's a million freaking juice companies out there, and I mean, the money that you're going to spend to get your name out there as a known name, it's so tough. I don't know. I see it as a very challenging venture.
Yeah, and that's why I get so. Go ahead.
For me, I just see it as a very challenging venture. Somebody else may have crunched the numbers and they see it differently. I've kind of like racked it around in my head a little bit, and I just don't know. I don't see it being very lucrative. I mean, I see it. You can make some money off it, put some money in your pocket. I don't know.
Well, I think that the potential's there to succeed, but the problem is it's how you go about it. If you're not looking at things like giveaways and free offers like the 120 mils for $30, if you're not looking at those as marketing tools and instead looking at those as how much you're giving away in free juice, and then thinking as it in terms of actual what profit you would receive off of that juice instead of actually what you paid to make it, then you're going about it the wrong way. It's the cheapest. Yeah, it's the cheapest marketing tool you can have is to hand out juice to people, and just say, here. If you like this, here's my email or here's my website. Buy some more. And in today's market, like you said, you're not going to just buy a bottle of juice from some website because the chance that you're not going to like it, there's a good chance you're not going to like it.
Yeah, the chances that I like it are that I'm going to like it are slim.
So why not?
And like you said, I agree with that. These giveaways and stuff like that, it's a marketing tool. People, I kind of think, that they need to have that mindset that this is marketing that I'm paying for. If not that, what other outlets do they have for marketing, really?
Yeah.
They're not going to go and again, we've talked about this before. I mean, this is direct marketing. You're directly marketing to a consumer base that everybody here, can use that, as opposed to, you know, a commercial. That's like, you know, a commercial on the TV is, you know, that's, you're getting, that's mass marketing, that you're getting your name out to people who really have no idea what the hell it is.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, this is more, you know, more of a direct marketing, and for the, you know, for the little bit of money to throw out a bottle of juice here and there, it to me, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I'll be right back, dude.
All right. Kane, I've got your, you sent me a bottle of your, I believe it was the Pink Nipple, one time, and I think Phil had said, or you had said, that you made some changes to that recipe, and I know Phil said that it was a big improvement from your original recipe. I liked your, I baked the whole thing. I think I still have like some. Maybe a couple of drops in their bottle somewhere around here. I like the original recipe. I'd definitely be interested in trying out the new recipe, because, like I said, I know Phil said that the new recipe is really, really good. Like, what did he say? It lasts him only a few days or something like that?
Yeah, he's already out. He just got it. He just got it recently. He's out already, so... No, yeah, I just think the point that has been misunderstood when we talk about this juice and marketing and stuff, and I don't know how it got misinterpreted, but the main point was that when people come on Vapers TV and then bitch about this juice that I've given away and and they talk about it in terms of they've given away $500 in juice. No, you haven't. You haven't given away $500 in juice. You gave away enough juice that could have profited you $500 had you sold it.
Or not even profited.
Yeah.
Not even profited.
Yeah.
That's it could be, I mean, 'cause that's your sale price. That's not your profit off of it.
No.
You know, when they say, "Oh, I've given away $500 worth of juice," that's what you would have sold it for.
Yes, but that's not how much your cost of marketing then is. Your cost of marketing isn't what you would have made off of it retail. Your cost of marketing is what you paid for it retail. So when you're talking about $500 worth of juice, you're talking about what you could have gotten if you sold it at retail pricing before you took out the cost of shipping and the prices on bottles and the cost of juice. So cut that shit out. Start looking at realistic terms, and when you make 500 milliliters like I do and pay anywhere from $10 to $15 an actual product to make that 500 milliliters, if I give away 500 milliliters, it only costs me $15, not $500. And that's what gets me mad.
I mean, you know pricing better because you actually do the DIY. You know what you spend and how much you can get out of that. I don't even know, you know, that in depth of, you know, actual pricing, but I do know that, you know, the point that you're making, I kind of agree with it. And it's, again, like you said, you know, they need to look at it as a marketing tool. It's minimal expense. Plus, you know, it gets their juice in people's hands. It allows them to, you know, people like myself to try something that I wouldn't just blindly purchase because I've never tried it before. You know, because of giveaways or free juice that I've received, you know, there's flavors that I'm actually hooked on that I would never have tried because I would not have wanted to waste my money on something that I didn't know I was going to like or not. And in my mind, most likely, 9 out of 10 times, I'm not going to like it. You know, so, I mean, I hold back on purchasing juice because of that fact that, you know, the chances are I'm not going to like what I purchased and I just wasted money. And now I have another bottle of juice sitting on my shelf here that it's just going to collect dust until I find somebody who wants it.
Yeah.
So I think it's, you know, the whole sponsoring and the giveaways thing is a great opportunity for these, you know, vendors to get their juice in people's hands and try it and find somebody like me who, you know, oh, this is really good. You know, I'm glad I got this bottle. Now I'll go and purchase because, you know, this shit's delicious. You know, where before I would have never tasted that juice if it wasn't for a giveaway. So it's definitely, I think, a great marketing
Oh yeah,
tool.
it's the best thing you can do. I mean, I don't see.
I would take advantage of it if I was a juice maker and I was trying to sell my product. I would definitely take advantage of it, and I would probably do it in a more strategic manner.
Yeah.
I would do it. I wouldn't want to flood. I wouldn't want to flood my product, but I would want to take a strategic approach and maybe hit different shows at different times, focus on different time slots, so that I get my product out there to, the different people who are on at different times here on Vapers. Now, again, I would take a more strategic approach to it.
Yeah.
And then, have an understanding that it may not lead anywhere. It's just like if I were to purchase a billboard out on the highway, if I were to purchase a huge billboard over here off of US 1, there's no guarantee that because my billboard's there, that's going to actually drive traffic my way. And that's the case with any kind of marketing, is there's no guarantee that you're going to drive traffic your way. It's a a game of roulette. It's just something that you got to try and do if you want to try to increase sales. It may work, it may not.
Yep, exactly. And that's what I when I joined Demon Juice. Well, I basically am offering up my juice that I make, the flavor that I make, the recipe, so that Decaying can sell it in his line. He's the one that'll still be mixing it and bottling it and all that stuff from his clean room and everything. I just think that, to me, when we talked about it, I said initially, dude, I understand that half of what I'm sending you is probably going to be given away in giveaways, and I want it to be, because that's the only way I'm going to get my juice out to where people can taste it and see that they like it. And then believe me, they'll order more if it's a good product at a good price. They're going to order it if they like it from getting it for free. 8 out of the 10 people that have gotten my juice on the chat room have come back to get more or to buy more. So I know that if I can get it out into people's hands, and that's what I need to do, that I'll get some return for that. But like I told him from the start, we need to set X many bottles right off the top are going to be just giveaway, and I understand that.
Yeah, especially in the startup phase. I mean, that's where he's at. That's where you guys are really at. And you're in a startup phase. You got to get your juice out there so people can try it, get some buzz on it. Just like the more known companies. We'll say like Vaporcraft. I go I check a lot of different shows, and when Vaporcraft comes up, there's a lot of buzz about it. Oh, Vaporcraft, I wouldn't give that away. I wouldn't piff that. People who would normally piff, Vaporcraft comes up and they're like, oh, I'm not piffing Vaporcraft. But I'm sure it wasn't like that in the beginning. They got their name out there. I'm sure, through marketing here on Vapors TV, they got their name out there, and they have a good product. So it works. You have a good product, you take advantage of marketing, and it works.
Yeah.
You get that buzz going. People talk about it. Plus, those who like it, once they get it in their hands, those that like it, if they like it, they're going to come and get more.
Yeah, and then also customer service on top of that. Provide the best customer service possible, and then they'll return over and over again. It's not rocket science, but to act like you've got thousands of dollars of profit sitting in front of you when it's in juice form is just, to me, it's count your eggs before they hatch, people.
Yeah. It's funny though, this topic, when it does come up, it goes on.
Well, it's such a big thing because you hear all this time about, oh, this vendor left or is not going to sponsor the show anymore because they're not selling, or they're giving away too much juice, or is that? And to me, that just it doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to me. I just can't imagine giving away too much juice. I mean, the more people that get to try your juice that's in people's hands, the more opportunity then you have for them to want to buy more. Hey, if they've got your juice and then they're not coming to buy it again, then there might be a problem with your juice. It's not a problem with how much you're giving away.
Right. Well, it could be that, or it could be, there's a problem with the juice, or it just doesn't meet their flavor profile that they're used to.
Yeah.
And VD girl here is actually right. Vaporcraft has figured out, an effective way to market here on Vapors TV. Just joking. Vaping Dead Girl. I know it's not VD girl. They have found, and that's one of the things, I was talking about is, a strategy when it comes to utilizing Vapors TV and marketing. April, she's involved.
Yes.
Where most sponsors that I see are not involved. April is involved, and I kind of see what her strategy is. She obviously waits until there's X amount of people in the room before she'll say, okay, go ahead and do her surprise giveaway. So she waits till there's a certain amount of number of people in the room, and that gets her make sure that she's her name is being thrown out there at a peak time where a lot of people are hearing the name Vaporcraft. And I think they do sponsor specific shows. But besides sponsoring specific shows, she does the random pop-in and giveaways elsewhere. So there's strategy to what they're doing.
Yes.
And then on top of that, they're tracking on their own, where I've noticed with us, a lot of sponsors kind of put it on us to do the tracking to make sure that people aren't winning within the 30-day, winning a second time within a 30-day period. She handles that. She keeps track of who's won and when to make sure. So there's actual work, being done on the sponsors in Vaporcraft's case. And again, to me, I think, it comes down to strategy. When you have some kind of strategy, with this marketing tool that Vapors TV is for the sponsors, I think it works. Yeah. And then on top of that, having a quality product.
Yeah.
I mean, those two things I think are key if, you want to take advantage of Vapors TV and marketing.
Yeah.
Have a strategy and have a good product. Have a quality product and have a strategy to your market.
Be involved, because when you have that personal involvement with April in the room, then any questions that get asked, when she emails them to say, yeah, you're the winner, here's your winner's code, they can ask questions of her. They can, there's that one-on-one that's going on that normally wouldn't happen on another show. So she has positioned herself to be the face of that company, the face on Vapors TV, at least, of that company. And so when everybody knows who she is, everybody knows what product she offers, and when they go to do a giveaway, that you're gonna get a good product, you're gonna get good customer service, and you're gonna get it in a timely manner, because April's gonna make sure that it gets done.
Yeah. I would definitely use Vaporcraft as the model, for sponsors, new sponsors or old sponsors that just don't have that in place. I would definitely use April and Vaporcraft as a model to say, this here has proven to be an effective way, to get your product out there and get your name out there. You don't have to do it to a T, but at least, consider some of the stuff that they are doing. It's only going to benefit you.
Yep, and you're right. You just can't make juice and give it away.
That's right.
And then assume that you're going to make money, because, again, it's dependent. You can have the best juice in the world, and if you don't do the marketing and give it away to people, they're never going to know it's good. But at the same time, if it's not good, you can give away as much as you want. No one's going to come for a second bottle.
Right.
If it tastes like rat piss, then no one's going to want to vape it. So, You know, it goes both ways. So you got to be very understanding the fact that the e-juice market is flooded. And then on top of you got the DIYers out there everywhere that are just like me, that I just don't buy juice. I just don't, because I cannot find any I like.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where you got to understand that going into it. And if you don't make a good product, you know, if you're not selling juice and you're giving away a shitload, there might be something more wrong than just the fact that you're not, or you're giving away too much. It's probably a fact that your shit tastes bad.
Yeah, I think that's kind of true too, because you got to think about it, especially if you have options. You know, if you have a lot of different flavor profiles to choose from on these giveaways. So, you know, obviously, if I win something and I have an option of, you know, different flavor profiles that you offer, I know what flavors I like, and I'm gonna pick those. You know, again, if I have that option, I'm going to pick a juice that has a flavor profile that I like. So if I pick this, you know, whatever, like, with the Vaporcraft, I like their lead sled, the banana, peanut butter, whatever else is in there. That's a flavor profile to me that, that's something that I would like, you know, and I get it. If it's good, boom, I'm hooked. And I am. That's the case with Vaporcraft. I'm hooked on it. And it's, you know, it's, to me, is a premium, it's a premium juice because you're paying that premium price. But it's quality, it's good, and to me, it's worth it. Yeah. Because I can't find that vape anywhere else. I can't find that flavor profile anywhere else. And it's either pay their price or go without it.
Well, yeah, and that's just it. And you're not going to get, as soon as you vape that lead sled, you get that pleasure the pleasure you're seeking from that juice is there. But if you try to vape something that you don't get that from, then it's like, why am I vaping this?
Right.
I mean, when I get a nice good vape, I mean, you've heard me on the show, I'll go, I'm just sitting back, I'm just enjoying my vape, man, because I'm just sitting here just in luxury, just loving the flavor. And if I had a juice I didn't like that, I wouldn't even bother vaping it. So by all means, you're gonna,
your juice is another one. I love the flavor in this juice, and it's not something, the profile is not something that would draw me in. You know, if I were to read if you had the description up there of what the flavor profile is, it's not something that would draw me in. Had you not sent me a bottle, I would not know what I was missing. The flavor, the combination that you have here is great. And to me, raspberry is not something that I like, but whatever you got going on, I mean, everything meshes together and it produces great flavor. It leaves a nice little, not overpowering sweetness. It leaves a nice little sweetness in there. And I mean, to me, it's another great juice. I actually can't wait till it's actually available from King, because I'm gonna start ordering it. It'll be another one on my list that I'll be vaping on. So for now, I have the lead sled, and I have the. Have you come up with a name for yours yet?
We've been tossing a few. I want to stick with my original name that I wanted, but I don't know how that fits with the whole demon theme of the demon juice. So it's really up in the air now what we're gonna do.
Well, remember that your original name has been taken by another juice maker.
Yeah, but that's meaningless.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's meaningless anyways. I don't see why it can't be demon juice that flavor, and I don't know.
Yeah, such and such from Demon Juice. What do we got? I feel bad for hosts who take the time and effort to promote a company product and the vendor refuses to fulfill the promotion, and so have taken advantage of hosts in the audience. Yeah, and that is That is an issue. We do experience that, and we're kind of going through that. Unresponsive sponsors, it's a struggle sometimes. And, it's to the point where, as being channel owners, we definitely want to make good on our giveaways, and it's even been, brought up that if it happens, me personally, I'm willing to do whatever we need to fulfill the win. And it's unfortunate that a sponsor would do something like that. And it's now on us because we don't want the channel to look bad because of that. It's just tough. It really is. It's tough.
Yeah, if vendors don't fulfill their promises, then that's a whole nother issue there. That's just it. You have to provide. You have to be a trustworthy company. If you're not going to fulfill your promises, then who's going to buy anything from you? Who can guarantee they're going to get their juice if they order it from you? So yeah, it makes you wonder what they're doing and why they're not fulfilling the promises they made, because how can they promise to do anything then?
I mean, so far we've been lucky. We've had a few issues, but they get resolved. But there is kind of a lingering one that we have going on right now. We're still waiting to see if it gets resolved, but if it doesn't, I'm already prepared, to kick out of pocket and do whatever we need to do to make sure that the winner gets what they won. Because like I said, we don't want to give the channel a bad name. We want to make sure that the viewers are happy, and if it comes down to it, then we definitely will have to rethink, the sponsorship, continuing the sponsorship with this company.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we're going to have to resolve that one ourselves, probably.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
And if that's the case, we're going to have to drop.
Yeah, I agree. If I have to wind up kicking out of pocket, we definitely.
Well, I'm here, and I'll do what needs to be done too.
Yeah, it's minimal expense. It's no big. It's just like what was mentioned. I forgot who said it now. Northman. Like Northman said, it's sad. It's like, is it the vendor taking advantage? Did they overstep and say, yeah, we'll do this, and then now they changed their mind, but here now we're committed to the viewer to fulfill the order. It's just, we're put in bad situations. We're just here to have a good time. We're here to give back to the community. We're here to help the vendors out, get their names out there. I mean, honestly, to me, the giveaways cause more of a problem. It's more work for us, honestly.
Yeah.
The giveaways is more work for us. But I don't mind it because it allows us to give back to the community. If the giveaways went away, I would not be butthurt the slightest. Because then it kind of keeps things more pure. For me, anyways, I see it as it keeps the shows more pure, and just it becomes more content and more fun for us. The viewers lose out, obviously, because they don't get those little perks of the giveaway here and there. But if they went away, I would not be hurt in the least. But again, it helps everybody out. It helps the viewers. It helps the sponsors. It allows us to give back to the viewers. It allows us to get, help out the sponsors by getting their names out there and getting their juice out there. We just talked about this. It's a marketing tool. It helps these people get their product out there in people's hands to try.
Yep.
But it is work. Honestly, it is work.
Okay.
What did I say? What did I say? If we did away with giveaways, then what would Fried have to rag on us about? He wouldn't have rigged shit anymore if we did away with giveaways. If we did away with giveaways, Fried would the term rigged shit would go away.
It would have to.
It's true. He would find something else.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Well, I agree with that.
He would find something else.
Oh, boy. What time is it? Oh, wow. It is 12 after 11.
Yep.
Well, let me think here. We should probably cut out here in a little while. I don't want to hold you up all day.
Whatever. I'm good for a while anyways. I do gotta log in and do some work, but I have to go into the office at 2:30. I gotta go in. I think it's 2:30.
You guys done inventorying that new company you picked up or whatever?
Oh yeah, that's done already. We did
My
that.
God, that was something else.
Yeah, that's done already. It actually went pretty smoothly.
I'm good.
We have a with our asset management system, we have this. There's an agent that runs on all the workstations that are connected to our network, and that agent scans everything on the computer from the serial number, the make, the model, the part number, all software that's installed on the computer. How much memory is installed in there. It even detects the monitor that's connected to it and discovers the serial number of the monitor. So it reports all this stuff back to our asset management system. Well, since this company is obviously a new company and they're not connected to our network, we can just go and run that agent on all their computers. And it takes about probably 10 minutes per computer to run the scan. So we can just go and run this agent on all the computers. And then, we throw an asset tag on there and then scan basic things like the tag number and the serial number. And then we can take that and look up the report that this agent reported back and link it up to the tag number and the serial number that we scanned and easily generate a report on what was there. So it definitely makes it a lot easier. We don't have to sit there and capture all this information manually.
Yeah.
But we do have to do that for stuff that isn't a computer, like a printer, a scanner, and that type of stuff.
Wow.
So it makes it a lot easier. It went actually pretty smooth.
Cool. Well, I know you were busy there for a while, so.
And with the whole healthcare thing, it seems like this is going to be a trend. There's a lot of companies that are trying to merge with larger companies who have some kind of strategy on how they're going to handle the whole healthcare issue.
Uh-huh.
And since we're the largest healthcare service provider in South Florida here, everybody is kind of willing to merge with us. So it seems like this is going to be like a big thing lately, is we're going to be acquiring a lot of companies, a lot of small physicians practices that want to fall under one large umbrella instead of having to deal with everything themselves.
Yes.
So it seems like this is going to be a trend in the coming years, as a lot of these companies, a lot of these smaller practices will be acquiring them.
Huh. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Still seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. it's growth for the company, though. That's a good
Well,
thing.
yeah, and anything, that helps benefits you in the long run. So,
Where everybody else is cutting back, we're expanding. So that says a lot.
yeah, especially in this market today. So,
Chi-Town's got demon juice. EDG, you're not supposed to play fetch with the baby. Come on.
well, that's the best time, man. When they actually want to do kind of fetch shit. I used to play fetch with all my kids.
What's great now? I'm starting to reap some of the perks of having a young one. That I sit down on the sofa, I kick up the recliner, I get comfy, and then I look over, and the remote's not where it's supposed to be.
Yep.
And I'm like, JJ, go get me the remote. And he runs over there, grabs the remote, brings it over to me, and I'm like,
yeah, dude, that's that part never ends. When you start getting them when you can start communicating things like that and getting something out of the deal, it's definitely a good thing. Although when they get older, they still do that, but sometimes they want to bitch about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, now he's willing to do it, so I'm taking advantage of it when the opportunity comes up.
Well, I've got my two big boys, my oldest, and I'm always like, go pick up that or go grab that because I don't want to have to, because I got a bad back. And so now it's like anything heavy lifting or strenuous, I can just be like, God, you big boys take care of it. Because I got my one son, he's like 6'2", like 220 pounds. I mean, he's a big boy. He could be a football player if he was so inclined. But so it's like I had pulled the air conditioners out of the windows, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't you take these down to the basement for you? So I had him carry all 4 air conditioners downstairs. I'm like, see, that's what you're here for now, to take care of this kind of shit, so I don't have to. Yeah, get me a Coke out of the fridge. Get me a beer. Yeah, those are always good.
Yeah, he's at a fun age right now.
Hell, even when I used to smoke, it used to be, hand me that ashtray, or hand me my pack of cigarettes I left on my desk, or just anything and everything, so I didn't have to get off my ass.
Yeah, he's at that age where everything's fun to him, like where you'll start like cleaning up in the living room and he sees you cleaning up, so he jumps right in and he starts helping out. You don't even really have to ask him. He just wants to do kind of what you're doing. He'll jump in and start like picking things up and putting them away. He's at a fun age right now. It has its ups and downs. Like last night was rough, man. Last night, I don't know what his deal was last night. But, I mean, he just would not. I mean, he was cranky. He was hungry. He's impatient when he's hungry. He wants it right now. He can't wait for food to cool down. Last night was rough. And then we've got some food in his stomach, and he finally settled down. It's just the impatience thing. It's just sometimes it's really rough. He just doesn't understand. You got to wait for it to cool down or whatever, and it's just no patience.
Yeah, it's yeah, kids, man, they're something else. But I was gonna say, yeah, my oldest, their biggest thing now is I just don't understand kids that I'm hungry. I'll go get something to eat. Well, can you make me something? It's like, are you fucking kidding me? How old are you? I mean, you 2? Do you really need me to go heat up some mac and cheese for your ass? I mean, go make a fucking sandwich. Go heat up a thing of soup. Go do something. Why do you need me to make an 18-year-old lunch? At some point, I think they can make their own lunch.
Well, what's funny now is what the baby wants to do now is instead of telling us what he wants, he actually wants to go into the kitchen and, we have the kitchen blocked off so it keeps him out of there.
Oh, yeah.
So he'll go over to the little door, and he's pointing, but he won't tell us what he wants. So you actually have to open the door and walk in with him. He walks over to the pantry. He opens up the pantry, and he wants to scout through the pantry and pick out what he wants.
But
And this has been a recent thing.
yes.
Like now, all of a sudden, he wants to go over to the pantry, and he wants to go through. And there's things that he can't reach. He's pointing at them, so you hand it down to him, and he kind of looks at it, and he's like, "Nope." He hands it back to you. You put it back, and then he's down at the lower shelves that he can reach, and he's going through whatever's in there. And finally, he'll find what he wants. He'll pull it out, and he'll turn and he'll walk away. He'll grab like a little bag of goldfish. He'll grab the bag of goldfish and turn and walk away. But it's like he wants to go through and look to see what options he has, so that he can pick what he wants, and then on his way he goes.
That's cool. Yeah, when mine were young, I had to keep them out of the kitchen just for the simple fact they would eat everything before I could even get a chance to cook it. And so I'd go to make dinner, and I'd be like, where's this? Where's this? Or where's that? Oh, we ate that yesterday. Well, I was going to have that for dinner, fuckers. I mean, what am I going to do for dinner now? I mean, so it got to the point where it's like, you need to ask before you eat anything in this house. And now they're older, and they still want to play that game. Well, you said we couldn't eat anything. I'm like, but now you're old enough, go make something. I don't give a shit.
It sounds like it never stops.
It never stops, dude. It just changes. Like the mat, it just gets, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's harder necessarily. It's definitely less physical when they get older and more mental issues, but it's still just, it's always something. It's, if you're not changing shitty diapers, you're dealing with some other bullshit of a teenager. So it's all dealing with kids, but it's just at different levels. At this point, I'd much rather be changing diapers. No, I don't want to necessarily go back to changing diapers, but I'd much rather be dealing with the two-year-old issues than I am 18-year-old issues.
Yeah, I guess he's a lot of fun.
Oh, Bionic, my wife picked up your Walking Dead prize. You're gonna love it. I'm not sure when we're going to get it mailed out, though. I think I want to buy one more thing, because what she got is kind of, it's cool as shit, and you'll love them, but I think it needs to be a little more. So we're going to add something to it, I think. Yeah, the wire mesh. I need to mail that to you. Is there any, to be honest with you, I should probably send you everything that I have for my Jennies. Because I don't use my Jenny anymore. I gave away the Bliss. I should probably go ahead and, I've got the mesh, and then what else? What else could I give you? I've got
The hell's the humping walker dog?
Oh my god. The dogs were okay, we're doing the Walking Dead show on Sunday night. And out of the corner of my camera, sometimes you can see the chair that sits behind me over here. It's not showing on it right now, but like if it's like that, you can see the chair with the box on it. Right. So I'm sitting here doing the Walking Dead show, and then I look in my cam and I see the two dogs on the chair, and the little one, the little white-headed one, is humping the pug, which is like 3 times her size. The pug's just sitting there on the chair like, leave me alone, and the other little one's just on top like, going to town. And I look back and I'm like, oh my god, and she's like, what are they doing? Are they humping? Oh my god, get them off my chair. And then the whole night, then the rest of the show, everybody's like, oh, watch out for the humping walkers and humping this and oh my god. So it's just like endless about humping walkers.
I don't know, but I think you may have broken Bond's rules with that one.
Oh, okay. You know, I thought I had more mesh than this. I've got two pieces. I've got a 400, number 400, and a number 316. But I probably only got enough for 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 wicks. So I'll go ahead and send them out to you, bud. I thought I had more than that, though.
Yeah, a Rooster, I thought the same thing, that he was kind of half passed out, so maybe he didn't hear, so I brought it up. No, he heard and he remembered.
Yeah, and I'm
About
excited.
that
What do we need to do? What is it gonna? I mean, you're saying this investor or this person is going to help, but then what does that mean? What do we have to pay this person back? Is my only concern. And I gotta tell you, that Ready X Wick dude gave me a headache.
I didn't like it. I didn't care for
I
it.
shit you not, I got a headache off of using it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Bionic. He can try it. Dude, I vaped on it. It gave me a fucking headache. I stopped vaping on it, and instantly my headache went away. I vaped on it again. Headache came right back. I don't know what it is, dude, but this stuff scares me, man. Anything that gives you a headache like that, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't give me a headache. I just didn't really care for it. You know, I didn't like the fact that you're kind of set to whatever I hate to say this word because it always stirs up shit. Whatever girth the wick is.
Girth. You said girth.
You're stuck with that, you know, where cotton you can kind of adjust, you know, how, you know, the width of the cotton, you know, the diameter. Thank you, Big. There you go. The diameter of the of your wicking material, so you can adjust the size of your coils. With the Ready X wick, you're kind of set to that diameter.
Yes.
So you always got to wrap the same. And I don't know. I really didn't care for it. I didn't notice that it wicked better. I didn't notice that it wicked better. You know, I think it's a cool little gimmick that, you know, you can throw it up to the torch and what they call paint it and make it all nice and pretty and white again. But, you know, I noticed that, like, when I cut it, I noticed, like, I don't know what it is, whatever kind of fibers are in there. It's almost like a fiberglass.
Yeah.
It's ceramic. That's what it is. It's ceramic. I noticed like little fibers, like little like dust fibers when I cut it. And I was kind of concerned about like vaping that stuff in, you know, actually breathing that in, those little fibers that came off when I cut it. I don't know. I don't know. Some people love it. Maybe it's good for a Jenny, you know, for a Jenny style tank. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Me personally, I didn't care for it.
Yeah, dude, I swear to God, it gave me a headache. I scared the shit out of me, and I was done. I'm not gonna vape something like that that affects me that way, because that means there's some kind of chemical or something that's in there that's causing my head to hurt. That's a problem, man.
It was Northman. It was when I cut it. When I actually cut it, I like noticed like a grit or like little fibers that would fall off of it. I don't know. It just was a little. Again, it was just a little concerning to me that, you know. So I believe that the material is like a ceramic. So I was kind of just concerned about breathing in these like little ceramic particles. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. Like elf wick, and a lot of people rave about elf wick, and you know, unfortunately, I didn't have a good experience with it.
Yeah, and that's, by all means, that's all subjective too. I mean, the elf wick for me was an issue of taste, but other people didn't have that problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's nothing personal against the people. I'm glad that we're trying to find alternatives to our vaping, you know, what we're vaping on. I think that's the best thing we could be doing for our
Oh yeah,
community.
I mean that's
So I don't want to
it's all
discourage
growth.
anyone.
It's all about growth and finding, you know, the next best thing, better ways to do things.
Yeah.
You know, my vaping experience has been, it's just been a transition, you know, and it keeps getting better and better, you know, from, from when I first got on an Ego and it was the CE3s or the CE4s, the CE5 tanks, you know, that they were plastic and, you know, they cracked and leaked and, you know, you take a hit and you get juice in your mouth. You know, the flavor wasn't that great. It's, you know, it's been a transition, you know, for me from that to dripping to, you know, better tanks. You know, it's all about growth and, you know, making things better. And I definitely applaud the fact that people are trying these alternative, you know, alternative wicking materials and,
Yes.
you know, these different coil setups, you know, coil setups in a tank, like now they have the vertical coils, dual vertical coils.
Yeah.
You know, there's always, you know, trying new innovative ways of, you know, setting up things like these, you know, the replacement coils or different types of coils on your drippers. You know, it just aids in, you know, that perfect vape that we're always looking for,
Yeah.
or
Well,
a
and
better.
also, I think it also plays into, like, people like us. It plays into our natural tendency to tinker.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, the whole vaping thing is a tinkering thing in some form. And that's why I think we, personalities like yours and mine, enjoy it so much.
Yeah,
Bionic,
especially,
do you
you know,
have
when it comes to the dripping.
do you
The
have an
drip.
RSST, or was that oh, I forget what it's called. I forget if you have an RSST or not.
No, I don't.
I'm talking. See if Bionic does, because I've got an extra spring, a plug, and O-rings for an RSST. So I don't know if he needs those too or not. Come on, man. I thought no, maybe he had he had one of those other ones. What is the other one? The RSST is a clone of a K9 or a, what is it called?
I'm not sure.
DC RSST. Well, I'll go ahead and include the spring and the plug and these extra O-rings for my RSST because I'm never going to use it again. So, all right, cool. Oh, sup, Phil? Finally get up, man. Yeah, I've got the Smoke Tech RSST. I just, like I said, I've got the extra spring. And it's also got the extra, a nice little plug. Because I don't know if yours came with little plugs to plug up the one hole, the fill hole. I don't even know if you do that or not. I used to leave that open. Alright, cool, man. So I got everything. I've got that Ready X wick, 2 pieces of mesh, and the RSST toolkit, replacement stuff. And then your Walking Dead stuff, and we'll get that out here this week, I hope. And then, Phil, I'm going to need your new address too, the right one, so that I can get this Addy out to you. Because I still have the Addy sitting here in the... I guess I can send you some juice. Yeah, he's been waiting for this. Zenith V2. Yeah, and I got. Don't forget, there's a. I sent you one of those magnet. To see if that'll help you with the magnet. You were having problems with your magnet. I don't know if it's even the right size, but I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'm planning on making a trip to the post office tomorrow, so I get all this juice out. I've got a bottle of juice for Spec and for Richard right here.
Sorry, I'm just off page here, just
No,
knocking
that's
out
all
some.
right. I'm working on an address, so yeah. So hopefully Wednesday I'll get all this stuff out to everybody tomorrow. I'm just kind of waiting for payday to arrive here. Okay, I have that one. That I didn't realize I had the right one then. Thank you, sir. I must have gotten it the other day. And forgot. Oh boy. Once again, this is the Wake of Vape morning show on Coast to Coast Vapors TV. Please join us at coasttocoastvapors.com for all your vaping needs. Contact the show host there via the host page. You can even go to the chat page and download our chat client and join us on Coast to Coast Vapors chat. Okay. Wow, we filled the room. I didn't even pay attention. We got 38 people in here.
All right, emails are done. Okay.
Welcome to the show, guys. I didn't even realize that many people were in here.
I'm only showing 22.
I got 38 on mine. Oh well. Welcome, Adorkable, Barry Hot, Big Caw, Bionic Rooster, Doomray, Dragon, Ride Pie, Jazzy J, John, Mids, Miss Ellen, North Mankato, Pager, Rich, Chi-Town, Vaping Holly. Welcome. This is the Wake and Vape morning show on Coast to Coast Vapors, and we do nothing. We just talk about shit, man. If you're here for a giveaway, we ain't gonna have one, so go away, I guess, or don't. We're gonna be wrapping up the show here in a minute. We normally run from 9 to 11, Tuesdays and Thursdays, but today we kind of ran over because normally the 11 o'clock show would be started by now, but they're not feeling too well. So no, we don't want you to leave, Barry. You can stay.
Yeah, Barry, don't make me tackle you and tie you down so you can't leave.
So did anybody get any good what are they, Cyber Monday deals?
I honestly didn't even look. I didn't look at any of the deals that were going on.
No, I ended up making a fast tech order yesterday or this morning because I couldn't find anything I really wanted on the deal. So
yeah, and I didn't even look at any of the vape deals for Black Friday. I know there was some talk about it. I think Smurfy had like a link to all the deals that somebody created a Google document with all the deals. I didn't even look at it for some reason.
Dude, there was too much information. It was too much. It would take you a week to go through all those websites and look at all the deals.
Yeah, I didn't even look. I don't know. I bought that Black Friday the Ultra HD TV, so I dropped a little bit of money there, and I wound up returning it because after doing some research, I just wasn't happy to find out that it was actually a 60 hertz TV, being ultra high def. That should be at least 120. So I wound up returning it without even opening it. So I had all that money back. It just, for some reason, I don't know, I just didn't even really feel like looking at the deals. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, I there wasn't anything I'm in the need for. I was initially starting to look for maybe a backup device for my God mod, but now that one of my good friends sent me this ZNA 50 watt, I don't really have a need for that now.
You have your backup device right there now, huh?
I mean, yeah, I don't.
How's the battery lasting you on it?
What's that?
How's the battery lasting you on it?
Not very long. I'm running a 1.6 ohm coil at 35 watts. It's about 7.3 volts. The Panasonic 3100s last me about an hour and a half. My Sony's and my RF25s about the same.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm used to changing batteries out though. So.
And you found the tube that you had that actually worked, that you could put an 18650 in there?
Yeah, I had a mod. It was a JM22 mod. I don't know. I know when I bought it from it was one of the first things I ever ordered from Fast Tech, probably about a year ago, and it was called a JM22 mod, and it's just it was a stainless steel. It came with all 3 tubes, very simple button and top cap, and it's been one of my main devices I've used all along. But for some reason, the threading fits perfect on the ZNA. It only leaves about a 1/4 inch gap at the top.
Oh, that's as long as it works. Shit.
But it really enables me right now to use an 18650 because otherwise I got to use my 18500s,
right.
And they go real quick. But I did find an 18650 tube on Fast Tech for $5, and I went ahead and ordered it this morning.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I do know that they have the replacement tubes for an 18650.
Yeah, but anything I looked to see if I could order one locally or in the United States so I could get it shipped by the end of the week. And the only thing I could find were the original Zen tubes, and they're like $50 a pop, dude.
Oh wow!
And then this is a clone, and I have no idea if that's the same gonna fit or not.
Right.
But I do know that this was bought at Fast Tech to begin with. So buying the tube from Fast Tech makes sense to me.
Yeah. You just have to wait. Plus, I mean, and you have that tube there that works, so you're in no rush for it.
No. And once I get the new one, it'll be fine. I do like it. I do like it though when it's on the 18500 tube because it's so. I mean, it's such a small little device. I never really knew how small these were in the hand. You look at them, you watch people review them, and you watch Zen Vape on it, and you don't really think about it. But when you get this thing in hand, it's so tiny.
Yeah, it's never the same what you see and until you have it in your hand. You got to have it in your hand to actually really get an understanding of its size. I mean, it's so tough that, when you're watching videos, or like you said, when you see somebody on cam, broadcasting, showing it off, or over in cam chat or whatever, you really, I mean, it's just, it's too hard to really gauge until you have it in your hand. That's the experience you need, is that in-hand experience, how it fits in your hand.
Yeah. And then I do worry because I have a problem. I'm one of those drippers. I drip, but I'm also very sloppy. And so I spill juice out of my Addy a lot. So I worry a little bit about the button and juice getting in there and stuff. So I'm going to have to really be careful with this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because the button's right there on the top, isn't it?
Yeah. And if you
It's
don't...
right at the curve.
Yeah, if you don't put your Addy on right and you tip it, I mean, it just literally, the juice is just going to run right on top of the button.
What I need to do is I've been dripping on this for a while now, since I did the modification. I want to see if the new setup keeps juice out of the battery compartment now. Yours was soaked inside. I don't know if I told you that.
Really?
Yeah, up in that upper section.
It was probably covered in juice.
When I opened it up and actually pulled the board out, it was soaked inside there.
It wasn't down where the board was at, though, right?
Yeah, it was.
Underneath the board?
Yep.
Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm glad that you caught that.
Yeah, actually, when I just took the cover off, normally here, that meaty part under would be saturated.
Yes.
It's bone dry.
Oh, wow.
It's bone dry.
So that rubber's really doing its trick, huh?
Yeah, that rubber gasket is really keeping it clean in there now. Cool. Cool. I like that. I'm thinking about getting one of those explicit boxes.
Yes. Dude, I keep looking at those, dude.
$50, man, you can't beat it.
I just wish I could get one in 26-650 size, because I've got these damn 26-650 batteries, and I'm sorry, I do not enjoy my Mutant X, my Mutant 26-650 mod. I've never really gotten it to hit the way I like it. I've never been able to get these batteries to really perform like my Sony's or my 25Rs. And if I could get a box mod to put these damn things in, I would be happy.
I think I want to say I heard Overlord say that he's gonna be making a 26-650 mod, the explicit.
Yes.
I want to say I heard he's gonna be making 26-650, and as well he's gonna be making a three battery 18-650 unit as well. He may already have the 3 battery. I'm not sure.
Cool. Yeah, I think he's doing a 26-650 and a 3 battery one. In fact, I think they're going to give away a 3 battery 18-650 on the show.
Yeah.
I talked to him a little bit. I jumped in on the show when they had that guy on, and I kind of questioned him a little bit. I really would love to get one of those with a potentiometer put on it.
Yeah, that I don't know if he's doing that or not. If he's putting the potentiometer in there.
Well,
because we've talked, and the ideal for me would be 3 batteries in series with a potentiometer.
Yep.
That to me would be ideal. But I think with those, with the MOSFET and those, because of the lower amp button, I don't know if I don't know if he's using a MOSFET or not, because I know
no, because the button he's got is like a very high amp.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, is that he's supposedly, from what Overload was saying, is he's using some kind of automotive button, and it's been tested, but I still don't know if he's using a MOSFET or not. If he's using a MOSFET, then the potentiometer, there's a problem with a potentiometer on a MOSFET box mod that, from what I've seen, you've got to make this little circuit board so that it can so that it kind of shuts off the current going to the button, because the potentiometer does something that it actually allows current to continue to go to the button even when not in use or something like that. And there's actually plans on this one group that I follow, that the guy has actually made the plans on how to make this little circuit board that allows you to use a potentiometer with a MOSFET with the MOSFET and a lower amp button. But I don't know if he's doing that or not.
No.
But ideal for me would be, 3 batteries in series with a potentiometer, a voltmeter, a charger port. But I don't know if they actually do chargers on those type of box mods. I don't think they do. But if not, no charger, no big deal. A nice magnetic lid, or what the explicit guy uses is a click-on lid.
Yeah.
He doesn't use the magnets. He uses his lid kind of clicks into place. So that, as long as it's easy access, that's one of my gripes about the God mod, is having to to unscrew the 2 screws to get to the battery. That's got me kind of thinking now if I could
actually you can buy magnets that fit in to the actual screw holes. They sell batteries that actually fit into those screw holes. So you put a magnet in the actual box part where the screws go in, and then you put batteries on the actual lid where the screws go in, and then you have magnets. But being that there's only 2 holes, it wouldn't be enough to hold it.
You don't think 2 would be enough? I don't think it would.
I don't think it would be enough to hold it. So there's where you come into the problem then. Whether you want to try to drill 4 more holes. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to look into it now, because I think that would be nice. A nice magnetic lock.
Yeah. I don't know. I worry about the whole magnetic doors don't seem safe enough to me. If I drop it, it's going to pop off. The batteries are going to go flying. I don't know. For me, it might not be a good thing.
You know what the key is? Don't drop it.
Dude, I've got the dropsies. I always have.
That's how you fuck up your button.
Dude, wait until you drop a fucking VTR on your fucking big toe. Oh my god. Or how about 26650 mod on your big toe? Oh.
Yeah, I try. I can't even say. I mean, other than it's sitting here on the desk and I just bump it and knock it over. I've never actually dropped any mod.
Oh wow. Not me.
No, wait, not on wood. Yeah, the fucking VTR is that's like dropping a lead weight on your foot.
No, it's like a brick, dude. It's like a goddamn brick. But I still like it. I still like my VTR. I just wish that it could go up to 30 watts and I'd probably still be using it, but
what is it? It's 15, right? Is it 15?
Yeah, it's 15. I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely usable. I don't know. It's definitely a manly mod, as heavy as it is. Dude, I pounded nails into the wall with the damn thing. I mean, it's like a goddamn tool.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Yeah, they're heavy. I know. I was when they first came out, I was looking at the reviews on them. They were talking about how heavy it was. I mean, I love the look of it.
Yeah.
And now it's not something I would buy now, but when it came,
no. I do like those Kato mods though that are similar to the VTR, that are mechanical mods.
Yeah, I like that I like that the tank is recessed.
Yes.
I like that look.
Yes. And the thing about the Kato mods, I think you can fit up to 24 millimeter tanks in there, so pretty much everything fits. Where the VTR, you have to have like 9 or 18 millimeters something to fit in that bitch. I just know I could never get anything to fit in it right. Oh boy. Yeah, but we need to get on making our own mods, man.
I definitely want to get into it just for the fact of I like to tinker. But after seeing the explicit box mod, it's like, is it worth it? Is it? I mean, other than the fact of the tinkering and being able to make my own box and learning about making a box. But when you have somebody like Explicit out there that's selling them at such a good price, it's like it makes me feel like it's almost not even worth it.
Yeah, imagine the 3D printing that we could do of what kind of boxes we could make on a 3D printer, man.
Exactly. Yeah, Rue's already got me thinking of what we can do with that printer.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, Rue's already got me thinking about that.
Damn. Now I'm going to be thinking of box mods all day. What design do I want for a box mod?
And Fried's got a cool little thing that I'm not 100% sure. I think it's something that he may be doing in a shop to do the custom boxes. That etching. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
The LED lighting with the etching, where anything that's in the edge LED edge lighting or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll put LEDs on the edge of it, and anything that's etched, it'll illuminate that etching. So for like custom stuff, you could have your name done or whatever you want, on just the cover part itself. Like selling. I think he was talking about possibly selling just like the actual like covers and stuff like that for like a Hammond box or whatever. So you could have it customized. He would do the actual etching, and you'd probably a kit that come with the LEDs and that type of stuff. So you could modify your own boxes to have that custom etching.
Yeah.
Which is
yeah.
That edge lighting is cool shit because it just illuminates whatever's etched on the box.
That's cool. Definitely.
He shot a link to a while back of what it looks like, and it's really cool shit.
I think I know what you're talking about, actually. Well, guys, it's lunchtime here on Vapors TV. I think we're gonna probably head out. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a good time.
Cool. Well, let's just hit some housekeeping and then we'll head out. Guys, don't forget to visit coasttocoastvapors.com for all your vaping needs. You can do everything from contact to hosts to contacting Vape Crazy to be a host. You can also visit our vape porn page. I try to update it every day with new and exciting vape porn. That would be anything that would get a vapor's blood boiling a little bit. Also, we have our deals page. You can find any of the deals that we find for you guys. Crazy scours the internet every day, finds the best deals available, and posts them there for you guys. Also, you'll see the the chat tab at the top of the Coast to Coast Vapors webpage. If you click that, you will download a small program, a very small program, virus-free, and that program will let you come and join us at Coast to Coast Vapors Cam Chat Room, where you too can come and hang out with me and Vape Crazy and Bill the Dogface Vapor. Any of the hosts on Coast to Coast Vapors TV will be there. And we hang out there all day, every day, watching Vapors TV, chatting and having a good time. So everybody is welcome to join us. It is addictive, so be aware. It will be your new addiction. Other than that, fried pie, Richard, I'll be getting your juice out tomorrow. Phil, I'll try to get that Addy out tomorrow too. Decane, I'll be getting out the concentrate for the first 26 bottles of Wake's raspberry lemonade, and trying to think what else. Bionic, I'm not sure if we're gonna get that out tomorrow or not. I wanted to go get one more Walking Dead item for you, so it might be at the end of the week. So we'll see what we can do. Anything else, sir, that you have?
No, sir.
Oh, and I was gonna say there was 127 individual online websites that were on that deal, that Black Friday deals page that we got, that document. Wow. So yeah, it would have been almost impossible to visit every one of those sites and see what they had available. So
yeah, that's crazy.
All right, guys.
I had a hard time with the deals page, going through and updating because there was so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I sat down and it was like an hour that I was going through all the deals and posting on the website. And I'm still seeing like stuff, like I'm going through there right now and just updating. And there was still stuff that came, like for Cyber Monday as well. That was another big one that I was there for a while updating, and I checked a couple times, 2 and 3 times. And just from, we'll say, probably about 2 o'clock yesterday until now, there was more stuff that came up.
Oh, wow.
That I didn't get around to post. There was 4 deals that were posted for Cyber Monday. I guess they were still like throwing out deals up until the last minute to try to get people in there.
Hell yeah. Well, that's just it, guys. Tis the season. This is where, where they sell things cheap, and things will only get cheaper. And then even after the holidays, you're going to have where people are going to want to get rid of their stock and stuff. So, and remember that after the holidays, too, there'll be new items coming aboard. And the next new vaping device, I'm sure, is out there being made right now.
Wow, so, check this out. Have you seen this? The Kennedy RDA atomizer?
No, link it in the room, man.
Hold on, give me a minute. Let me finish posting these last couple of deals I had. That's it. Okay, let's see. It's the what makes this different is the airflow control on this thing. All right. Let's see if I can find it. Actually, let me go to the deals page where I just posted it. Deal alerts. And there it is. I've got smoke. All right, there you go.
I don't think so, man.
It actually does. It has 2 big holes in it.
Oh man!
I just posted it. It's got 2
wow.
bottom fed.
Oh wow!
So the airflow comes from underneath the coil.
Oh wow!
It's interesting, right?
It is very interesting.
And then I would assume, no, I don't even know how would you, because it says airflow control.
Wow, so, those are $100.
Yeah, that's an authentic though. So.
Wow.
Give it a week and a clone will
Dude, that is one smooth looking device, man. Oh, I gotta have that. Yeah, I can see some benefits to having this.
I just think the airflow is really cool. It's a totally different concept. I haven't seen anything like that.
However, I wonder if there's a way to block off the one air hole so you can
Well-
run single coil.
Oh yeah. See, probably not.
Oh, I'm sure you could though with cotton.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can. I'm sure come up with an inventive way to
I
do
just
it
didn't know
yourself.
if they maybe gave you something like a screw or something that fit, but doesn't look as those have threads in them.
No, they're smooth. Look how deep the well is too. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. I mean, you could get 1/4 inch of juice in there before it's going to even start overflowing.
You definitely have to watch out though, because if you filled it up too much, it would flow through your airflow holes.
Oh my god, that would be horrible.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Pretty cool design.
Oh yeah, I'll have to wait for a clone of that. Because I can't afford $100. That's for sure.
Yeah, hell no. Hell no.
The Vape stand.
All right,
What?
that was a yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The Vooping stand.
Oh yeah.
No way, dude.
Yes. Somebody actually makes that.
They
thing,
make
yes.
a stand that goes over your toilet paper holder
Yeah.
for the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, 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 people. Don't Voop. It's not a good idea. Don't do it. I'm going to give you all the link for this just because it's funny as shit. But don't do it. There's too many poop particles floating around in a bathroom to be booping. But, oh my god. That is nuts, dude. It's
Here's
even
a
got someone sitting on the toilet vaping on the pitcher.
Yeah, it's a mod stand. It fits 4 mods or a mod in a juice bottle. Hold your toilet paper. It's funny. There's actually a good deal I see here for somebody new getting into dripping and a mod. It is, where'd it go? Hold on. That's that. Those deals. It is a Nemesis, a Nimbus, an MXJO battery, and a charger for $39.99.
Well, hell, anybody wants to get in a mechanical mod, there you go.
Yeah.
That's definitely
it's-
a good starter kit for a new
Yeah.
dripper or something.
Yep, a Nemesis style mechanical mod, a Nimbus style RDA, the MXJO 18650 battery, wick wire, mini screwdriver, and 1 charger, all for $39.99 by using the coupon code BF Nemesis 2014.
Wow.
Yeah, so anybody interested in any newbies out there interested in getting into a mechanical mod and dripping, it'd be a nice little starter set.
Yes, hell yes. Wow. Huh.
Get yourself a Voop stand there, Wake.
No, I'm not gonna get a Voop stand. I'm looking. They've got they've got the Atlantis tanks pre-orders for $23. Wow. Available.
Actually,
on
Barry gave me a link. Was last night, I believe. She gave me a link, and was 26 or 27, and they have them in stock already.
oh, really?
Yeah. And I didn't save the link. Oh shit!
Oh,
Could've
well.
saved it to my favorites. What the fuck?
All right, guys.
The juice companies sell 3 ml bottles of their entire juice line for a flat price. That way you can try all their juices. I know there are some that do something like that.
They do starter kit or test kits or
Yeah, sample packs.
Sample
like a
packs.
sample pack of their juice line so you can try them.
That's a good idea. I think everyone should offer that. Every juice maker out there should offer a 10 mil option or a 5 mil option of all their juices in one, so that you can try all of the flavors.
I know Vaporcraft has a sample pack. Shop Vaporcraft, but I don't think not a lot of them do that. Sample pack type of deal. Let's see here. It's like if I go to their Fog Fuel line, Fog Fuel Fever Pack. See, it's pricey though. You get your motor running with all of our Fog Fuel flavors. The Fog Fuel Fever Pack includes one 15 ml bottle of each flavor, 7 total for your vaping pleasure, and it's $50.
Yeah,
So,
see, they'd be better off doing 5 ml bottles for $20.
Yep.
Instead of 15 for $50. I think that they would sell more, and people could still try all the different flavors.
I know Vapor's Choice, which is now Phantasm Vapors, but when they were Vapor's Choice, they had small little bottles that you can purchase, and they were only like $3 a bottle or something like that.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
You could buy, whatever flavor they had in their inventory. A little sample bottle that's like $3 or $4 a bottle. I don't know if they still do that though.
Well, that's a wise decision to start doing that. I have to talk to Kane about having something like that for Demon Juice.
But I think it's a great idea because
again, it's just another thing to get juice into the hands of customers that ultimately, if they like it, will buy your juice.
Let's see. Phantasm Vapors.
Anything else? Are we good?
We're good. I was just looking at Phantasm to see if they still offered that. Premium e-liquids. Let me just select desserts. Yeah, now they used to be $3. Now they're $4 a bottle. And I'm just gonna select one here. For $4, you will get, and it doesn't say how big the bottle is. 10 mil. For $4, you get a 10 mil bottle. And you get to pick your nicotine strength, your PG-VG ratio, your flavor strength. You can add sweetener to it, and you can add a menthol to it if you want to make that flavor have a menthol kick. So 10 mils for $4, plus whatever their shipping would be on top of that. It's not a bad deal.
Yeah, if you're just wanting to test out some flavors, that's for sure. But I think it should be even simpler than that. I mean, for a sample pack, it should be just set. Hey, I'm going to offer you a sample pack. It's 6 mil or 6 nic. This is what you get. I don't know. I just think there's too many options there.
Yeah, and Betty, I mean, I say that all the time. I think that's one of the pain points that these juice vendors have to deal with, is that people like me, I'm not going to go and spend money on something that I don't know whether I like it or not. Now, if they did offer something like 3 mils or 5 mils for a couple of bucks, then I would be more inclined to try it out, because in this way I'm not purchasing a whole 10 mil or 15 mil bottle and it going to waste. Now, what Phantasm Vapors has, that's not too bad. $4 for a 10 mil bottle for me to try it out. That's not terribly bad. You figure 10 mil bottle for $4, and then we'll say $2 shipping on top of that. So a 10 ml bottle for $6 isn't too bad. I definitely think, that's something that they should look into, is consider doing, these sample packs. A 5 ml bottle.
Yeah.
5 ml bottle for a few bucks or whatever. Or a sample pack.
I still like the idea of a sample pack of like 8 flavors, 5 ml bottles. That's 40 mils altogether.
Yeah.
For well under $20. Maybe $15, something like that, plus shipping. And then, bam, you got 8 flavors to try. You spent $15, and you're not out anything. You're going to like one of 8, probably. The chances of liking one of those is a lot higher at that point. So, yes, you can make juice for a penny a mil. You really can. If you DIY, that is definitely a possibility. Mine's a little bit more expensive myself, but still, it can be made cheaply. But then again, not everybody's into making their own juice. DIYing your own juice can take a long time too. I mean, it took me a while to get my raspberry lemonade to a consistent, to where I liked it and where everybody else liked it, and I could vape it all day, every day.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about DIY. It's a lot of trial and error up front, like you said, trying to find that perfect vape, that perfect flavor that you want. It's trial and error coming up with your recipe in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And then not everybody's into that. Not everybody wants to get into the DIY or.
Yeah, because it's difficult. I mean, you can say to yourself, "Yeah, I'm gonna get strawberry. I'm gonna get grape. I'm gonna get custard flavor. But to make, okay, so you put that strawberry in that juice, that strawberry flavoring. There's no guarantee you're gonna like that strawberry flavor, and that's gonna be even a strawberry flavoring that you're gonna like, because there's like 18 different flavor makers. So there might be you might have to try all 18 different flavor brands before you find a strawberry you like." And then even then, you might end up finding out, I don't like strawberry.
Yeah.
So it's still a trial and error process. It can get expensive in that sense. But, it's not always just throwing some flavoring in PG and there you go. It's just not, it doesn't always work out that way, is what I'm saying. You think that you think you can buy grape flavoring, throw it in some PG, and it's going to taste like grape. But it's not necessarily the case.
Yeah, and that's true. There are excuse me, as Anti said, excuse me. There are a lot of recipes out there that are readily available. A lot of these, e-juice calculators have recipes kind of built into them. I know I've seen some, on my Android phone. There's an e-juice calculator, and it's got a whole bunch of recipes in it. There's one online that you can download. Yeah, they have a program for it. E-Juice Me Up. Yeah, that's the one that I'm familiar with. I think you download it on your computer, and it's got tons of recipes in there. So that's a great starting point for anybody who wants to get into DIY.
Yeah.
And then you fine tune from there. Again, it's trial and error. You may try out a recipe and be like, oh, I want a little bit more strawberry, or I want a little bit more of this, or a little bit more of that. It's trial and error. To get that perfect vape. But again, DIY is not for everyone. Not everybody wants to have PG and VG bottles laying around and all these different flavors and whatever, all the other stuff. Who knows? I've thought about DIYing, and for some reason I just haven't taken the step. I do know, though, if I ever want to get into it, I got my buddy Wake here. He'll walk me through where to go to buy my flavors and, a PG and VG, and let me know whatever I need to get into it. Besides Wake, there's a lot of other great people as well that would be willing to help out. D-Kane and Little Red, and, basically anybody here on Vapors TV as well, I'm sure. There are people that are more than willing to help out. Just for some reason, like I said, I haven't taken that step into going DIY yet. For whatever reason, I don't know.
Yeah, and Betty, you're right. In making 30 milliliters at a time, you don't necessarily, you can kind of have your own recipe in your head. You don't have to use a calculator. But see, like I mix up 500 milliliters at a time. I go through over 30 milliliters a day dripping. So instead of me mixing up juice daily, I mix up 500 milliliters, and I have to use a calculator because to get the flavoring right, to get the nicotine right, it's too much. There's too much leeway. I could really mess it up if I don't use a calculator.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, guys, we're gonna leave for real this time. Thank you again for coming in and visiting with us. This has been the Wake and Vape Morning Show. Vape Crazy and myself. We'll be here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 11 normally. And again, thank you for coming in. We wouldn't do this if it wasn't for you guys.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in, guys. A lot of great topics we went over today. Just shit talk as normal. Whatever comes up, we talk about it.
Yep.
I mean, it was a wide spectrum today. We went from sponsors to e-juice to video games. We were all over kids. We were all over the place today.
Yep. Very good. It's always fun, man. I always have a good time. All right. Take care, guys. And we're out of here.
Have a great day, everyone.
The low